Freddy Krueger.
FreddyKrueger.exe.
Yeah.
There's one thing we have in common. We like children inside us.
What the fuck, Freddy Krueger?
Is that what Freddy Krueger like?
What the fuck, Freddy
I've
Krueger?
never seen his movies, so I don't.
Freddy Krueger was a pedophile.
Oh my god. He also like attacked people in their dreams and shit.
Yeah, I know that part.
Yeah, they found out he was a pedophile and then burned him. That's why he looks like a burn victim.
Oh.
I never actually knew that part. Like I didn't know why he was burned.
So what about the creepy claw hand?
They're just creepy claw hands, man.
Yeah, they're just creepy monster hands.
Oh, he was a gardener, I think.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, like he worked at a school.
I'm learning more lore than I really care to learn.
This is a great thing. This is a great way to start episode 1 of Mega Man.
Listen, we're just giving him the proper impression of this.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, Summoner Blue. We're here today playing some Navi.
No, we're not.
All right, later, guys.
Douglas, I
good
can't
game,
believe
good game.
the Navi got canceled.
It actually turns out this is just one big, very, very late April. We're not doing shit on Sundays, guys. Go home.
Yeah, like it wasn't enough to have fucking youngster Jonathan be the April Fool's joke. I had to make the entirety of this RP the April Fool's joke.
Yeah, man, it's worth it. Give us money.
Oh my goodness. Hey guys, how you guys doing? We have a decent bit of people in chat. We have Siam, we have Setzer, we have Dodge, we have Lonzo, Undersave, Emerald, Hollow, we got Wacko, Eclipse, Han, Grim. How you guys doing? This is gonna be interesting. We have our boys over here. Fucking Bug Vader's upside down.
You're
Not
welcome.
entirely sure why.
You're welcome.
Did you break my grill, Dico?
Could you stop? Could you fucking stop with that? So Will has this new little board thing here, and he's made, what is his name? I can't remember his name from Doug.
Mr. Dink.
Mr. Dink.
I never even watched Doug.
Mr. Dink, he has fucking dummy thick Mr. Krabs, and for some reason there's a ditto here. But yeah,
That was squeaking.
I'm mad that I'm doodling this bitch and I drew like perfect breath.
How dare
I love how you're doodling her on the board, and then like the top of her head goes off the board.
No, you don't understand, Jake. Like, there was a whole art stream about breasts, and then suddenly, oops.
Sign Gemini, did someone say money died to the waifu bot? All right, so first thing that we have to get out of the way is that a couple of things were donated to people beforehand, before the game even started. That happened. So I have to figure out exactly how much to give to everybody. But the one thing that we do have at this point is over here with Will. He was given a fate card already, a card of destiny. Whenever he was youngster Jonathan. That's why youngster Jonathan is here, so he can pass on the fate card.
And then die.
Bam. There we go.
No, William, what are you doing? You're breaking my face.
Do you have an off button?
This was a mistake.
Douglas, help me. Long live the king.
There are numerous mistakes.
This is what happens when you leave the door unlocked.
Will gets in.
So let's see here. Scrolling down.
And I just got rid of Crab's bikini bottom.
Scrolling down. Trying to find the one donation that happened.
Wow, that's a big head. Holy shit. I have to fix that. This is like my first real time seriously drawing on like tabletop.
I can't find it right now. But there was some dice, I believe, given to Squeaky's character during my 24-hour stream. So until I go and find it, I'll just give you 10 more.
Sweet.
Because I'm pretty sure it was around like 10. So, with that being said, the first dice will be given. Opponents, dice. Before we even give you guys actual dice to use, let's do the inspiration dice.
Darn it.
Before you guys even have dice to roll, I would like to spend my inspiration on my first roll. You don't even know what you're rolling. I'm rolling my inspiration.
I'm rolling inspiration is what I'm rolling. There we go. We'll call this one Yome Inspiration. Perfect. And we'll give her 11 of them because 10 for the ones I know for the ones that she got during the 24-hour stream. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 1 for right now. There we go.
Sweet. Cannot with this head.
You're doing your best, all right? That's all that matters. Hey, Phantom, how are you? If you want some of them, or you can put the 48 bucks I donated via the 24-hour stream. Everyone spread of people. See, here's the thing, Cyan. I don't want everyone to be immediately overpowered, so let's not do that.
I want everyone to be over.
I want there to be at least a little bit of danger in the first couple of games.
Listen, we're more danger to ourselves than anything you could ever create.
Oh, you give it to the NPCs. I could give it to the NPCs. That'd be something. Maybe I'll do one thing just so it isn't too unfair to the players. I'll give instead of giving 24 to the NPCs, I'll give 12 to the NPCs. How about that?
God, she has such a bad stat mech, but because this isn't Psy, it's harder than it looks.
With that being said,
Joker, look.
Oh,
we have more money.
$2 from Eggy River. Hello, young Jonathan. Psst, it's Edgy, or it's Eggy.
Gotcha.
Hello, young Jonathan. Let's go ahead and give one of these over to our boy Bug Vader.
And also, Deco, I know you haven't watched Doug that much, so I put a bit of context in the chat between us.
I watched a little bit of Doug whenever I was younger.
Well, yeah, I think you'll need this context.
Oh, okay, it's a meme. Got it. Let me go look.
Also,
what
because
the
Phantom's
fuck?
in the chat.
What?
Joker, look.
Why?
We have more money.
Hello, Douglas. Have a seat. It's a
Snake Slash gives 200 bits. Says quack quack. Cool, dude.
Also, because Phantom's in the chat. Thank you, girl. I look fabulous.
That is true. Phantom over here. Phantom made Cross over here. Cross is adorable as fuck, and has a humongous shield that weighs probably twice as much as she does.
It's a good thing I'm just data.
But yes, our three main characters in the very center here. We have Yome, who is a waifu bot, also a gacha bot. Whenever she was first gotten, her name would have been gachagirl.exe. UR for ultra rare, but she was given the name Yome.exe by her old master.
The Gotcha Girl Dream Wife. That's what it was specifically.
And we got Cross, who used to be a nurse Navi, who used to be a personal assistant to elderly and terminal patients at the general hospital, monitoring heart rates and whatnot. Now she is a combat fucking soldier. It's perfect. And we got Bug Vader, who used to be an antivirus program, and now is a antivirus program.
Some things are never meant to change in this world.
With all
How
that being said,
queer. I'm not outdated.
Since it is the first game, and I know that all of you guys have already seen these, however, I would like to show off the things to the people who are just now discovering this later on when it's on YouTube. We have bugvader.exe here with his sheet. He has some pretty interesting stats. He is an obstacle Navi, which means he is able to be good against recovery type Navis and bad against cracking type Navis. He has some pretty good defenses and things of that nature. His strongest stat being in Link, which is the ability to interact with programs and to be a little bit more charismatic. It's kind of like the charisma stat a little bit. The rest of his stats are on the screen at the right now. His unique program.
Kids. Remember, kids, don't do crack.
His unique program is bugvader.bat. It's his batch file. It gives him his style and his element. It also gives him a little bit of cantrippy type effects that is left over from his code as a antivirus. Such as some quirky pop-up-y abilities that sometimes happen with him, and other things of that nature. Advanced Autonomy Pack, which is basically just the ability for him to be a emotional, neighbor. It's basically his artificial intelligence and other things. Buster Pack, showing that he is a ranged Navi. He has basic virus control, which allows him to somewhat control minor viruses. He will have roles to be able to do so. They will be based on his link. And try to get them to stop without actually deleting them, which could allow him to have some helpful viruses around the home network. Basic maintenance to keep the home network in check. He can perform basic maintenance on it to see if it can work out well and things of that nature. And finally, he has basic battle chip handling, which will allow him, unlike the other Navis, to use more than one battle chip in a combat. So that's pretty cool. But that all depends on how many battle chips and stuff his net op has, which as of right now is 1. So this is a useless stat for him for a little bit.
Hooray!
But it'll get more. He also has, since he is a Navi with an element already, he does have a special ability, which is shown with these little ability tokens down here. He has Junk Pile, which will allow him to throw out a defensive wall, a defensive barrier, for if he wants the party to have some sort of cover. It also is something he can do to block areas, and if he's trying to escape, throw it behind you guys and have you guys have some sort of cover that way. All Navis start off with 4 health. He is going to have 5 health because he has 2 defense. Defense is basing off of AC and health, so he has 5 health. However, his speed is also AC, so he has it kind of overtakes it. Depending on which one's higher is the AC. He has 16 right now because it's 13 plus his speed or defense. Other than that, Bugvader is going pretty well. He's got himself an already Bugspiration. It's fine. Next person we have is Cross.
Hi.
Cross's best stat is in their defense because they are a defensive Goyle. They are a recovery Navi. They are able to be pretty good with recovery styles and things of that nature. They are weak to obstacle because obstacle is basically like junk data, like bogging them down, things of that nature. Potentially accidentally healing the wrong fucking piece of data. But they're really good against cracking Navis because they can repair the damage dealt by cracking Navis. At that point, the unique program that she has is the Shield Pack, which gives her melee combat, making her a melee Navi, as well as giving her the humongous shield that she's able to have a bunch of other abilities with. However, she can never have any shoe programs. There's no air shoes or anything like that allows her to get over ground hazards or anything like that.
I am slow.
Also, it couldn't really fit here. And we've kind of talked about it a little bit, but it's also basically useless for Jake to go into speed at all. Because the only other benefit from speed is to giving him, bonuses on range damage, which is great. He doesn't really have that, but, if he ever used a range chip, that'd be great. But every other bonus speed would normally give, he can't benefit from. So, just don't ever put anything in speed.
I am slow as fuck.
Advanced Autonomy Pack, we already talked about that. Basic Element Pack Recovery. Basic style pack nurse. Style and elements work together to do some things later on, but all of Jake's abilities are going to be styled off of being a nurse, which is pretty good. Basic intelligence is going to allow Jake to be able to help out their net op by being able to understand certain equations and things of that nature off the fly, potentially allowing them to get past puzzles and things like that a little bit better, as well as having him help them with their homework and all that good stuff.
2 plus 2 does in fact equal 4.
And basic task scheduling, which allows the Navi to set up a kind of schedule for their net op, as well as monitor different types of things from them. Jake has the most programs because he also gets a couple of programs because of his shield pack. He gets the block program, which allows him to potentially try to halve the damage from an attack. He has the cover program, which will let him roll to defend an ally from an attack for a turn. He will take half of that. He has a chance to take half that damage, but he cannot dodge the attack. He has to get hit by it. And then there's shield, which is he can roll to completely nullify the damage from a attack that hits a Navi. So that's going to be something he can work around with. We'll see what happens with those. The shields and blocks and things of that nature can only be used for one attack per turn. But we shall definitely go into different things with that. Because you can also go block, cover, and shield in one turn, but they can only be used for once a turn.
Yeah.
Now he has the highest of all the healths. He has 4 defense, so he has 6 health. Pretty good. For every 2 defense, you get 1 health. And
needed taking hits for people.
And the other abilities that you have, the secondary ability you have, you can recover 1. You can recover 1 heart 3 times per combat.
Yeah.
Which is pretty good.
I can use this on other people too, can't I?
You can use it on other people, and you can use these to recover the damage from cracking navis.
Yeah.
So like if someone were to like destroy like a thing that you're like, no, I need that thing to walk, you can use these to restore it.
So like the digital bridge breaks.
Basically, yeah.
Hooray!
Since you can't float, you might need to use that to walk across things.
I did not know that was a part of this. I have learned something new about my powers.
I just added it as part of it because I noticed that the other 2 had secondary abilities and yours didn't.
Yeah! Life is fantastic.
Finally, we go over here to Yome.EXE, who is a cracking Navi. Weird that you guys have a kind of weapon triangle thing going on. Cracking Navis are good against obstacle Navis. Their abilities can completely destroy different types of obstacles that are out there, basically at will. They are weak against recovery navis because all of the things they can do can be restored by recovery navis. Unfortunately, Squeaky's highest stats are in her power, sync, and scan. All 3 of them having a 3 in them. Sync is basically the ability to reduce different types of lag in like responses and things of that nature. So basically, how well you can react to things. It's going to be a somewhat secondary dodging stat for certain abilities. And scan is basically the ability to detect things and find things, kind of a perception-y type of stat. Power is, of course, based on melee damage, and also kind of intimidation, but not really. You can not for her at the very least. If she was a much bulkier Navi and like actually had intimidating factors, maybe we'd do it.
Hey,
but
listen,
as of
when
right
she
now,
cracks that whip at you, you're gonna be scared.
That's
or aroused.
true. If you have the whip out, we'll let it be intimidation. Speaking of the whip, the unique program that Yome has is the basic whip pack. This gives them melee combat plus the whip item. You can deal range damage when necessary, which means your secondary ability is actually probably the strongest of the 3 right now. But all your battle chips must transform from your whip instead of from your hand. Unfortunately, that means all your battle chips and your whip itself can be disarmed on a failed sync check.
Mm-hmm.
But that is like kind of the difference with this. The whip item is also going to do a slightly more damage with certain attacks, so that's going to be interesting. Advanced Anatomy Pack, Element Pack Cracking, Basic Style Pack Gotcha. That used to be Style Pack Dancer until I saw that until we themed your stuff all around Gotcha, like Gotcha Girl stuff. But that is your style pack as of right now. You have basic problem solving, which is kind of a better version of the basic intelligence pack, but mostly just for using mostly just for like problem solving, like mostly just for, hey, we're having a situation here, let's think outside the box to kind of get it. You can basically roll to get through certain puzzles and things like that a little bit easier. Jake can do the same thing, but yours is more stylized toward that, where his is more basic intelligence, can actually help with homework and other things like that.
She's more creative, I'm more factual.
Then there's hacking. You have the ability to aid your net op in hacking checks, which will hopefully get you guys through certain firewalls and things of that nature. And unlike Jake's Navi, you can actually have shoes, so you decided to have some shoes. Air shoes allow you to attempt to float over ground tiles, as well as jump over small hazards. So if there's ever like a hazardous tile in front of you, like a fire, like lava or fire or something like that, that's doing like damage over time, you can just be like, can I roll to not have that happen, please? Can I roll to have like not my feet destroyed? So, other than that, you have 5 HP, and you have your ability, which is the whip crack. What this does is you kind of like you kind of like crack your whip. You send a shockwave forward as a ranged attack. It can destroy obstacles, and it does, again, this is where the slightly more damage comes in. These attacks will do slightly more damage than your regular basic attacks. That being said, what do you have down here? Are you of consenting age? What the fuck?
It's funny because it's like the board. It is for me. It's on the board perfectly at the center, but for you, it's completely off.
Yeah, it's a little bit off for me.
That's interesting. Ugh.
Yeah, and I can't like move it to do it either. Again, I didn't know anything about these boards before we put these in today. I'm pretty sure this wouldn't happen if you just colored on the actual thing. But the actual thing is a little bit weird to color on. We can mess with what the actual like table thing looks like in between games.
And if you want to look at the art the best way, then go top down view.
Top down. How do we do top down again?
The hotkey is pressing P until it's third. I mean, not third. Top down.
Oh, okay.
There we
First person, top down.
I think that first person still or third person still works.
It does. It's
but
just
yeah, but
the
top
easiest.
down. But top down gets you right over it. Yeah. With all that being said, my dudes. Oh right, I forgot to introduce one last character. Then there's Jonathan. Then there's youngster Jonathan, who is totally going to be in this game and is not just here to make decoration. And of course his Rattata. So no, I'm playing around. All right.
It's not a Rattata. It's a lifestyle. And also a Rattata.
And
Alright,
also
if,
a
he
Rattata.
if he was a part of this game, he's not anymore.
I think the P thing has messed me up a little bit. There we go. I fixed it.
No, it's
Now I have to go help Mr. Dink with his grill.
Fucking why did Mr. Dink all of a sudden?
Can you stop using words?
I might be watching a lot of Vine Sauce.
Alrighty then. Guys. God, I actually do think that like me switching to like the third person, second, like first person, so like that has fucked up my.
You gotta like, if you have a mouse wheel, fucking with that can kind of fix it a little bit. It's really weird. I don't like it either.
Well, like I tried going back to third person. Is it normally on third person or is it on first person normally?
I think it's normally on third person.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I can do it. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's not fine. Okay, no.
Everything's under control.
All right. So, guys.
It's so weird. There we go.
I'm gonna draw upside down just to make it easier on me.
You're
Because every time I
upside down to make it easier.
I mean,
No,
that
what I
that
mean
actually
is-
one way to learn drawing.
no, when I press space, it centers it. So instead of like drawing at an angle, I'm just gonna draw upside down because of the way you have the camera set up.
Why does that Rattata have thick eyebrows? You're right.
I actually remember seeing a book about drawing upside down. It's actually a thing that you can do to learn by using it as how you bring
I think that it's almost like I think my controls are reversed.
I kind of fixed it by messing with the perspectives and then clicking my mouse wheel. That also kind of helps a little bit. And
I just do what I want.
Okay, I think that kind of worked. All right, I think that worked. Thanks, Wiki.
yeah.
Scoot the burps.
Alrighty.
Scoot the burps.
With that being said, guys, Yome, Bug Vader, Cross, you guys remember what you guys were doing?
Joker, look.
You got,
We have more.
of course, Arab with $8. Inspiration to Bugman and Cross. May you become OP and break Blue's will because he's been rather arrogant lately and needs to be taken down a peg by me giving him money.
I will do my best. After all, pride is the virus of the soul.
Shut up, Bug Vader.
Insert $5. No, don't do that. Ignore that.
Oh,
Potato
here's
at
$5.
300?
I'm sorry you're poor.
Potato at 300.
Let's go ahead and make Cross's
sorry.
inspiration real quick. Crosspiration. Boo. Perfect. All right, guys.
Power.
The three of you know somewhat of what you guys were doing before something happened, unfortunately. There was an unfortunate event that occurred to each of the three of you that caused the three of you to be deleted. It's not 100% completely known exactly what happened, but for one of you, you were thrown out, not taken care of after a little bit, and the network around you faded and was destroyed. For one of you, out on the job, doing your best to be the best program you could be, to unfortunately fight off the things that you wanted, your programming had an error, and a large amount of viruses overtook you. And for one of you, your network went down due to some malfunction that is still not entirely understood by you. But because the network had gone down, there was no way for any sort of help to come into you. And unfortunately, your data was severed and shattered, sent throughout wherever it could have went. As the three of you were deleted, that is the end.
Okay, good game, everyone.
Programs data, once shattered, usually takes a lot to get brought back. But gradually, there's a spark of consciousness about you. You guys gradually start remembering what had happened to you. You remember your old master. You remember your duty. You remember your jobs. But a lot of things are still muddled. A lot of things that used to be you have changed. And a lot of things that you feel like you shouldn't have forgotten, unfortunately, are gone. Every now and then, over the course of several, maybe weeks of this, just slight consciousness, you see the visage of a boy who seems to be hard at work, messing around with things. In the later parts of those weeks, looking somewhat frustrated. Sometimes the boy would look perfectly fine. Sometimes he would look hurt. Other times he would just kind of be hanging around. But almost every bit of free time he would have, and every single bit of that free time, you would feel almost conscious, almost able to interact. The last couple of days, however, all you see is frustration on the boy. He seems confused, angry, frustrated. What little bits you can get from it
Joker, look. We have
come from him
more
saying
money.
things like, I don't understand. This should be working. At this point, you guys have a slight consciousness about you, but you still can't do anything. Until a spark seems to happen. The spark happens and your vision gets filled. There's a square of space in front of you leading off into, from what you can tell, could potentially be the boy's room. You see the lights are off, you see a lump in a bed, and as that square begins to take more space, begins to take more shape, the three of you begin to look around. And as you guys look around, I'm going to also look around because people are saying something. $30 from Twinkings says to the players. So it's going to be 5 for each of you? We can do that. Thank you so much, my dude.
Yeah, man. It's awesome.
Thank you.
The three of you begin to look around, and Yome, Bug Vader, Cross. The only other things you guys can see other than that square in front of you that leads out toward the outside area are 2 other programs.
They must be viruses. Kill them.
They must be.
Well, that was a longer crash than expected.
One of the programs speaks. Yome and Cross. As you see a program that looks very beat up, very much an amalgamation of a bunch of different just pieces in front of you. He looks like he's about to fall apart at any fucking minute, let's be honest.
Oh,
Hello there.
you two must be common.
He looks around, sees Squeaky's character first, then sees Jake's character. Suddenly, you hear a clank, clank, as he goes in front of Squeaky's character.
Don't worry, mademoiselle. I will protect you. Name thyself, waifu Metul.
Cross, this thing seems to be pointing a blaster at you.
Are you stable? Are you in need of maintenance? You don't appear well.
Silence! I see that now you viruses have psychological damage instead of pickaxes. Still just as noisy. Have at thee!
I'm not a virus.
Virus?
I want to use sense motive.
Well, let's say you do. You look at the program in front of you, Bug Vader, as the hat is definitely reminding you of a virus. But you've never seen a med tool look quite as detailed as this one in front of you.
You're from one of those porn hubs, aren't you?
What? No.
I
I'm from the
faced.
hos- I'm from the
I faced
hospital.
a hospital. You can't fool me. I've been to many a websites with you porn bots.
Just gonna hold up my shield at this point. Back away slowly.
Yome, it
I'm
looks
gonna
like
back
there
away
looks
towards the other Navi.
Yome, it looks like there's some sort of altercation happening in front of you.
Oh, very odd. Usually, only one gacha wife can be put into the mate box.
I gotcha. What now?
Joker, look. We have more.
Well, if my memory is serving me proper, I am an ultra rare gacha dream wife.
Gesundheit.
It is like a digital artificial intelligence partner, meant to be a companion.
Oh, I was sort of like that.
Were you a companion for lonely males and females who swing that way? Oh,
No, I was a
then-
companion for ill people.
Oh, then you are not even in the roster, let alone a common.
Suspicious. Your alibi is starting to become lower and lower.
And that explains you as well, for there are no males in the roster. Not yet, at least.
Well, that fucking sucks. This gotcha sucks.
Last I checked, Yume Corp was still taking surveys for male companions as the female audience is on the rise. But still quite not there yet. But even then, if that is the case, I still think you would be a common, as the ultra rares are very, very appealing to the eye.
Bug Vader, she just call you ugly?
Wait, mademoiselle. We need to test this. Cross, or...
Wait, did you say cross?
I didn't introduce myself yet.
There we
Okay,
go.
I
It
thought I
wasn't on
heard
the
cross.
proper microphone. That's why it sounded like I was on a potato.
Yeah, I was actually wondering about that.
Let's ask this Gotchamon their true motive. First question.
Gotcha, Mon.
That's what you said, right?
No, I am a gotcha dream wife.
Gotcha, dream wife.
Yes.
How lewd.
I don't know much of dreams. I only know how to administer anesthesia.
Lewd only if you can provide you are of consenting age. Are you of consenting age?
Am I?
Are you able to consent? Do you know what consent is?
Yes.
Consent. I don't think I've heard of this word.
That's worrying.
That explains a lot.
Very.
I'm kidding.
I'm just moving closer to Squeaky's character.
As you do that, first question.
What's your...
You may ask your question.
What is your social security number?
No, not that one.
I don't have a social security number. I'm
As
an
do
Navi.
I.
No, ignore that part. That's,
Please, tell me your credit card number.
No, please don't do that.
I
As
don't
you
have a
see
credit
sparks
card.
coming from his helmet every time he speaks weird.
I don't
I
have a
could've-
credit card.
I could obtain a credit card number for additional outfits.
If you don't have a credit card, then perhaps you'd like a free trial.
A free trial for what?
I
Free
don't know.
I don't.
Free trials will only get you commons.
The
Well, I've
first
played gacha
quest-
games. I got
And maybe-
ultra rares.
And maybe the 1% chance. You must be just very lucky.
First question. First question. Okay. First question. What is your use?
My use?
No. The Met Tool's use.
My name is Cross.
Cross, at this point, again, you're like looking forward. You have your shield out in front of you. You start to first off wonder exactly what the purpose of this shield is. You didn't really need anything like this whenever you were a nurse. But hey, it's coming handy right here. You kind of look down towards you, and you notice that you're not wearing your regulation nurse outfit.
What is this scandalous outfit?
That's what I want to.
Me?
That's what I want to know. Pop up.
Unfortunately, I can't provide you an answer, though it is one of the reasons I thought you were probably a common.
Yome, as you were speaking, like talking toward the two of them. For a while, you've had a kind of weird feeling, but you kind of get what that feeling is now. As you're speaking, you feel like your voice is a lot deeper than it usually is.
Oh. Well then. I have come to now be accustomed and aware of my voice. Looks down. And my appearance.
Okay, thank you. Now that you're aware of your voice, can you do me a favor and try being less sultry? It's getting weird feelings for me.
Well, it looks like the user, if we have a user, prefers me to be of older teen to young adult.
I understand that, but I'm trying to work here. Metul!
Bug Vader, before you go Metul, looking over at Yome, you again have that kind of staticky, chargy feeling that you had before, where you see there's a little bit of an electric shock. As this happens to you, you kind of raise your hand up to your helmet. You feel a deep groove in there, as if there was some sort of damage. You look into your blaster for a second, which seems to have a nice shine to it. It's not the regulation blaster you remember having. However, looking in it, you see your face in your blaster, as you notice that you look very much different than you used to look.
Why do I look like a skeletal penguin?
I don't know. I don't know why I look older myself.
It's why I asked if you were well. You look like you're about to fall apart.
Alright, if you're not going to answer questions, there's only one way to tell if you're a virus or not. Shoots at the helmet.
Unfortunately, there's a shield in front of it.
Let me shoot your helmet. If it bounces off, you're a virus. If not, then you may go.
You know,
let you shoot me.
know, Bug Vader, there is also one other thing you can do.
There is?
Yes, in fact, because you have basic virus control, you can attempt to try to control this virus and see if something happens. If you can't even establish a link to it, it's probably not a virus.
Alright then, if you won't let me shoot you, I'll make you make me shoot you.
Roll for your link. You have a dice right here. You're the only one that has one. Oh god.
Hooray!
I just saw you move it away. I thought you just yeeted it.
A 2?
Unfortunately, you can't tell exactly what Cross is, but you do know that you can't establish a link to her, which probably means that she is not a virus.
Oh good, you're not a virus. I
said that.
apologize.
She did say that, yes.
You can never trust words, only actions. Now then. Commence freaking out about this situation. Where the heck am I?
I wish I could tell you, but last I remember I was in the mate box, and then I was out a window, and then on the concrete.
Oh, I'm sorry. Chandler just go over, shield down, hand on shoulder, if allowed.
I don't know if my user either rescued me or this is some sort of afterlife. All I remember is just the loud screaming from another woman.
Oh, that was about to sound marginally more alarming.
I can't remember which blackout I had, because I've crashed quite a bit in the past. Probably because of a bad computer. Was it the time there was this talking monkey? Or
As you start pondering about that, Bug Vader, you guys hear a slight stir coming from the square screen-like thing in front of the area you're looking in through. As you guys see that happen, you guys see the lump on the bed that you can look out from begin to slightly stir. However, does not get up.
Maybe
stay
it will
back.
give us answers?
We don't know if it seeks answers or destruction.
I'm going to go find out.
No, you stay here.
I'm already
I will
walking
find out.
over.
You start walking across.
Hey, wait, you can't just do that.
I'm not
Let
a
me be
virus.
in
I don't
front.
have to listen to you.
No, look, I'm in front.
Why? I have this clank shield.
Yeah, but I was programmed to be the protective services. And you two are programs that I need to protect. Especially you, because I mistook you for a virus, so I am in your debt. So as part of my debt,
I keep walking.
Going to put... hey, wait! I'm in front!
As you guys get to the front of the area, Yomei, are you just walking after them?
Yeah, she's just, yep.
I'm in front. No, I'm in front.
You guys get to right up toward the screen-like area. At this point, you guys can see a much wider area of the room that you're looking into. The bed itself does not appear to have any sheets on it, just the blanket that seems to be wrapped around some sort of a body. You see that the room itself is rather messy. There appears to be a bunch of different kind of junked technology and things kind of like just thrown around, as if again this person just kind of likes going through and like grabbing things. One thing you'd notice, Yomei, looking through this, is there appears to be a cracked cylindrical tubing like area you notice to be the device that your gacha used to be in.
There, that right there, the mate box. That's where I was, before I was thrown out a window.
Before
They found you. How nice of them.
before she says, there, over there, when she said that, I aimed my gun at that. And when she started to explain, I put my gun back.
This room does not seem optimal to a healthy lifestyle.
You guys also see what appears to be a trophy chest that appears to have its doors completely closed. And there just appears to be some other junk and stuff like strewn on top of it. There's a couple of shelves and a door. You guys can't see the computer or anything on the desk that you guys are on because, yeah, that's where you're on.
I wonder if my user really did save me. And kicked that horrible woman out.
That horrible woman.
Yes. Recently, my user had lost weight and decided to interact with 3D girls and give them a chance, so he says. He brought one in and, upon seeing me, she freaked out. And threw me out the window.
And as they yeeted me out the window. I'm kidding.
I always knew that 3D technology was a phase.
The last words I heard her saying were, "Is this what you want?"
That
I
is
see.
confusing, but from what I understand, most people have suboptimal mental health.
I mean, I did not look like this. I was between the age of young child and adolescent.
Oh!
Unusual.
It is a part of our programming. We have a standard appearance, and they can be aged up or down according to user preference.
Okay,
We are
Were-
meant to be a dream.
were they of the, were they 18 plus, your user?
The user was, yes. They were of consenting age.
You don't need that user.
Oh? But they got me, fair and square, from the gacha system.
No, listen. There are some websites you don't want to know about. I didn't want to know about them either. Just...
If you don't want us to know, you should probably stop explaining those sites.
You guys hear
Oh.
another coming from the bed through the screen. It seems the more you guys are talking, the more he seems to be stirring.
Hello? Patient?
User.
Virus!
As the three of you call out completely different things toward him, the person seems to stir in their bed and sit up slightly. You see what appears to be a boy of around like mid to late teens. He does not appear to have a shirt on, but he does have pants and the like.
Please tell me you're not a gotcha man.
He seems very much like tired because it's probably around like midnight at this point, if not later. As he looks over toward the screen, he's like, some kind of pop-up.
Oh, that's the right. Sorry. Okay, that's not a program. That's a user. Oh. Ooh, he feels the groove on his head. Yeah, I might have taken a bit of damage.
As you guys look forward, the boy gets out of bed and makes his way over toward his computer. You notice that he seems to be a lot larger than the screen that he's looking at, showing that it's probably a very small monitor or a small device that he's looking into. And again, Yome, you're used to this kind of thing since your device has always been small. But the other two, you guys are usually used to people having larger monitors or larger areas to look through.
Attention user, salutes. I am the antivirus program known as bugvader.exe. I am glad to be of your acquaintance. If there's any virus you'd like me to tackle, I am the one you should call upon.
And also, if your parents' credit card information helps...
Nope, ignore that.
The more money we have, the more useful we'll be.
Shut up.
He, rubs his eyes and kind of sits in a chair in front of his desk. He then looks very closely toward the screen. He's like, the programs?
Hello, I am Cross. How are you doing today, patient? Are you healthy?
You're talking.
Yes.
Greetings, user. Are you of consenting age?
What? You're talking. You're actually talking.
Are we not supposed to talk?
I've been, he looks to the three of you. You see him pull out a small keyboard and start kind of typing a little bit. You see that the screen begins to kind of move slightly, and he seems to be kind of magnifying on the three of you. As he does this, he looks over each of you. He's just like, I couldn't get you to work. Sorry. He looks.
That's a side effect of not paying the extra premium credit.
Shut up!
Extra premium credit?
I was thrown out a window.
I've been okay, I guess. My name's Alan. I found you guys and some other programs in, well, the dump and some stores and some things, and you three were the ones that were in the best shape, so I began working on you and mixing some of the other things I have found to make up for some of the things you were missing. Mostly your image datas and other things. Wow.
Is that where the shield came from? Clang shield.
Looks to the reflection of the gun. What were the other guys like?
What kind of freaks did he put in me?
As he looks you guys over, you see a very much a relieved kind of expression go across his face as he's just like, I've been working on you guys for weeks and I thought you weren't gonna wake up at all. I didn't know what was wrong. I thought that there might have been something I was missing, or maybe I didn't have the right knowledge on what to do.
He's bigger
There's
than
a
us right
phone
now.
number.
Yes.
Can I look closely at him? Does he have rings under his eyes?
He definitely does. Yes. You can also see that there are several scratches and the starting or the endings of a bruise around around the side of his face.
Maybe it is because you were not getting the recommended hours of sleep. Also, where did those bruises come from?
It's old, don't worry. You were a nurse program, right?
Yes.
Um, sorry about the shield and everything else.
Lynx looks at the shield, looks at herself. The shield makes me feel safe.
Yeah.
It seems we are both indebted to this person. You see, I have mistaken this person as a virus, so now I am in their debt. But they won't let me repay the debt because they keep walking in front of me.
Are you okay? By the way, he looks at Bug Vader.
I asked him the same thing.
I couldn't. Every time I tried to put new image data in you, it came out fractured and distorted, and you wouldn't accept anything and kept telling, and there was pop-ups everywhere.
I don't know if I'm okay or not.
But there is one way to find out. Please contact our support page at this website. An outdated website pops up.
Yeah,
it doesn't lead anywhere.
He's just like, every time that pops up, I feel really weird. I clicked it once, but it didn't lead anywhere.
Don't click it! That's a horrible site, I think!
You guys see a bunch of viruses show up. I'm kidding. Our home network is pretty protected. We have a pretty good setup from my mom, so there shouldn't be too many viruses.
I see. Then you are not of consenting age. Is that correct?
I'm 16. I'm gonna be 17 in a couple months, but he looks over at Yome. You were the one that was in the best shape whenever I found you. I mean, the best shape is odd because actually you were kind of
Thrown
small.
out a window.
Yeah, that too.
I take it that you are not my user, as I can see, as you are a lot younger and in better shape.
Sorry, no,
Thank you for changing the body. I don't have to report you to anyone.
This is my default form.
Yeah, it was already programmed in. I mean, I could always put you back to the other form if you want.
No!
But... Okay. It was a little the image data was a little damaged though.
It is fine. It is all up to your preference at the end of the day. You can make me look older, or younger, or keep me as is.
My preference?
Mm-hmm. If you want
right.
to customize specific parts of my body, you can do that as well.
I'm good.
He's good.
He can make her boobs bigger.
He's good.
He can make that ass bigger.
He's not a
You can make me, as they say, dummy thick. I'm good for now. He looks at you guys. Mostly what I had to do was, again, combine you with some other things, and, well, I also, combined you with my Navi program, so that you could have any sort of ability to walk and do other things.
Then I have one question for you.
Of course.
Was one of the programs Club Penguin or something? What the heck?
I don't understand. The yellow, I tried to see if I could change you from looking like you were a corpse, and it was weird, and I'm not good at this. I looked up some tutorials online, and there wasn't a lot of information to putting things back together like this. People said that what I found was ghost data. I don't really understand what that means, though, to be honest.
Well,
I better not be a virus.
They say that a ghost is the remaining spirit of a person who has passed. So would it be, in essence, our spirits?
Maybe.
Wait. Spirit? Are you saying that Yeah, I probably did die, didn't I?
Deleted.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me, actually.
It's kind of like how programs do not fully delete off of a person's computer.
Whenever I again, I used my Navi to replace a bunch of your necessary parts. He wasn't like you guys. He was just a default, but I put some of his battle ready things inside of each of you to make up for some of the space that you were missing. But I think that I'm really excited you guys are talking. He again looks like really relieved.
Battle?
Do you have any heart conditions? You should be careful of that.
No, I don't. I don't think. I'm pretty sturdy.
That's good.
But yeah, battle. My net navi, he was mostly used for school stuff, but I know I'm not supposed to mess with him on my own, but I did. Customized navis are kind of the in thing right now at school, and a lot of people were, well, I thought that maybe I would be able to talk to more people if I had a customized Navi of my own. I didn't expect all three of you to be fine. That's really cool.
Oh, so does this mean we will be, as the nurses would say, hip with the kids?
Never say that, please.
I mean,
Why?
if you guys know where you were from, maybe I could get you guys back if you want.
I think it's Delhi somewhere.
Some of the things I found were rather old, but I might be able to find where you were. If you're willing to give any of that information out. He looks over to Yome. Yours looked new-ish when I found it. I think it was getting taken care of pretty well in that shop, but nobody had bought it for a while.
I still retain my previous
Joker,
user's
look.
address as
We
well as his
have
credit card
more
information. He spent a lot of money on me
You should
to obtain
probably
me,
get
and
rid of that.
afterwards. Do you want me to delete them?
Not the address. I mean, if you want to find him, we can go and find him, but I feel weird having someone else's credit card information.
I see.
If you could get rid of that, that would be great.
I wonder if the modifications you've done to me has voided my rarity, or if or has in fact made me rare.
There's no reason to get hasty. We might need that information.
No, we don't! Get rid of it!
As I was saying, the Dreamwife series is not meant for battle, but giving me battle capabilities might actually make me even rarer than before.
Yeah, the three of you were programs before. I think you guys are closer to navis now. Navigators, network. You know, you know what those are probably more than I do.
I am aware of net navies.
Hold on. This is really a lot. I have school tomorrow, but I mean, no. So what are your? I mean, I know already, but what are your names?
My name is Yome.EXE. It is the default name. Yome, wife. You can change my name as per your preference. Or you can keep me as Yome.
Yome sounds really nice. I'll stick with that for now, if that's
It
fine.
means wife.
Okay, maybe we should, hold on. I don't know, what other name would you like?
You can retain my name for now. Because it is what I am. A wife.
Well, we'll talk about it later. He looks to the other two.
Well, I mean, if Vader doesn't want to go first. I'm
Nah,
Cross.
I'm good.
I will do my best to monitor your health, patient.
Monitor. Yeah, sure. He looks over to Bug Vader.
I am Bug Vader Z. Bugvader.exe. I am the virus protection you need. I don't care how faulty my code is. I will do my job with the best of my abilities.
By the way, you have a mother? What's her maiden name?
Shut up!
He must really be faulty. He said EXE.
Yomei said EXE too.
Oh shit. Maybe I was wrong. I forget.
No,
I usually remember EXE being silent.
Sometimes they say EXE, sometimes they don't.
Ah, okay.
I'd say Bug Vader would because he's like a very old program.
You see that upon getting each of your names, he gives a smile. He's like, my name's Alan Garnett. I live here in Dentech City. And yeah, I really would love to talk more, but I probably need to go to school tomorrow. I have a test, and you guys aren't gonna like disappear if I go to bed, right?
I don't know, but first, there's something I need to ask you.
Mm?
Can you please update my programming? I haven't been updated since Windows 90X.
I'm not amazing at programming. I'll look into it though if you need me to. I'm only really able to follow instructions for the most part.
Very well. I'll use what I have.
I'll see if I can do anything else. You guys seem to have some unlockable data still inside of you. Your maximum is a lot higher than what you actually were able to use. Once I get better at programming, maybe I can unlock some more of that data or clear out some of the junk data that is there that's kind of holding you back. Again, I'm sorry. I've done everything I could. I'll learn more. I promise.
Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry.
That sounds optimal for our performance.
He like kind of rubs his eyes. I should go to bed. Don't connect to the home network yet. I need to set up a couple of things. Just stay in the PET, okay?
The PET.
Oh, it stands for personal terminal. It's not the greatest place right now, but maybe I'll be able to upgrade one day. I don't know. It's a pretty old model.
It is very dark in here.
I'm sorry.
I was wondering why your screen seems so small.
Try to stay in the PET tonight, okay? It's plugged in and everything should be fine. The home network is a little weird, and again, the protection on it's pretty strong. I'd hate to see if it did anything to you without any permissions. So, yeah. Wow. Good night, Cross, Yomei, Bug Vader.
Good night.
Salutes. He then marches around the entire PET area.
And
looking for
remember,
viruses.
there is no catching up on sleep. It is physically impossible.
He backs up for a second. He looks back towards you guys. You see that he looks kind of awkward for a second. He reaches over toward the PET, and you guys see that the screen goes black. He seems to have turned. He seems to have turned off the. He seems to have turned off the screen. You guys can still see everything around you. The PET area is not small, but it's kind of small. But you no longer have a window to the outside. Guys, that was Alan. He likes you guys.
His health seems very suboptimal.
You guys from seeing him, you guys are now able to let me scroll over here so I can show this off to people. There is another sheet that you guys are going to be able to influence as things go on in this game. This sheet is for your NetOp, Alan Garnett. He has a set of 8 stats. 4 of them, which are the blue stats, are hard to raise or lower. They are extreme. They're a lot more of his physical and mental attributes able to do things with. He also has red stats on the other side, which are able to be increased and decreased at a much easier rate. He has his physique, which is not amazing. He's not a very strong boy. He's pretty smart. He was able to basically piece you guys back together and Frankenstein you guys new bodies, which was something he did through over weeks and weeks of trial and error. He doesn't have a lot of charm. He seems to be very awkward. With things.
Course. of course he seems to get the women right, but when it comes to the man,
Listen, they were really pretty. I'm kidding.
You say these blue stats are hard to change, but as this kid tried drugs, you can destroy these real fast.
So he's not very charming. He seems to be a little bit more on the awkward side. And control is more like his mental control. Like, is he able to focus on things? Is he able to like do other things? That's going to be a very interesting stat to look into later on. As we see on the right, we have the 3 technology stats, the stats that he can use to help you guys out in order to change you or to do things on the internet. One of them is programming, which he's not very good at, as he already said. He has a 0 in that. He has systemize, or systemization, which is basically following instructions and doing the bare minimum, which is basically what he's been doing the past couple of weeks, looking up tutorials and messing with things through that. He also has hacking, which he has nothing in. He's not a hacker or anything. But he said that he could potentially learn, and with a 5 in knowledge, he can learn these things pretty well. His final stat is the stress stat, which is a 9. That's we'll talk about that stat later.
Life is hard, dude.
he's in high school, dude.
Life is hard, and I'm harder.
From what you guys can tell, looking at the PET, you can also find that he does have some other programs installed in here. The most important one, however, is he has a battle chip. He has some battle chip data in here. He only has 1, which Bug Vader, you know, is very, very small for anybody who apparently has battle ready net navis. He has 1 battle chip, and that is Airshot. It's a little buster. It shoots the air bullet. Pew.
By the way, as he marches around, you hear clank, 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 clank.
He's dummy broke. He has 3 HP.
Sorry.
These HP are for if stuff happens to him outside of the world, unfortunately. But, you know, can't really help that. And he has 1 AP. During every turn, he can do one thing for you guys. And that one thing will be either rolling one of his technological stats during a battle or throwing a battle chip in. With that being said, that is going to be your kind of group character sheet you guys can mess with.
We have more.
And while we have a bit of a kind of lull in this, let's go through some donations that happened a little bit ago. 37 minutes ago, which is, you know, when we were starting the whole thing, with Cyan Gemini with $4. It says dice to Waifu Meteor apparently, and then 1 to Vader. So 1 to Vader, 1 to Cross. The next one is Snake Slash, saying to Padaru Saber. I don't know who that is. Because our Lord isn't here, to Padaru Saber. I don't know who Padaru Saber is. Snake Slash, if you wanna verify. Eclipse KT gave 400 bits. It says to this boy, so I'm guessing that means to Alan. And then Twinkings just gave $30. It says to our sweet baby boy Alan. So
Aww.
Alan is going to get 17. Yes. And Cross and Vader will get 1 more each.
It's a gotcha thing, says Snake
okay.
Slash.
So it's going to be 1 to Yome, 1 to Cross, 1 to Vader.
Thank you.
And I gave you a cross-spiration. You don't need that. There you go.
I do. Give it to me.
Joker, look. We have more.
And before we continue, there was another $4 donation from Arad. It says, "Aw, Alan's adorable. He can have some inspiration now." So that's going to be 19 altogether for Alan. So let me get those set up really quick.
I expected that to end with, "Aw, Alan's adorable. Give this to Jess."
That's what, again, that's nobody does that meme anymore. I mean, I understand why, because there's no Jess, but Al inspiration, they're gonna be we'll make them be reddish. Yeah, we'll go like this. That should be Al inspirations. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. And while I'm thinking about it, let's do the NPC inspirations, which are going to have 12 right now. NPC, go down to black. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Perfect. This is why I have a table over here, so I have a place to put all the other inspirations.
So can they donate to add to Alan's stress?
No.
No, we'll be doing that plenty just by existing.
I will say this. He does have a maximum amount of stress he can have. And it's not far off from where it is right now.
Snake Slash also says the Quack Quack was for Bug Vader.
Quack Quack was for Bug Vader. I'm gonna go look at Quack Quack. That was a 200. Okay. Because he's a duck. All right. He's either a duck or a penguin at any given point. So, guys, as Alan has gone off to lay down, you guys have a internal clock about you. You guys can let yourselves rest and recover anything you guys want to recover. You guys are at full health right now, so there's really no need to do that. If you guys would like to, until things go on, you guys can talk amongst yourselves, or you can check out any other programs or things here in the PET, or you guys can risk it and try to get into the home network, which he did warn you about, saying that the protection there may activate since you guys aren't registered. But that is up to you guys. What do you guys want to do for the night?
I'm going to be marching around, so I'd probably encounter someone.
Fine, Will, I understand. You want inspiration. Al inspiration. Arad gave another one. There we go.
Hopefully.
Oh, wait, no, that says Al inspiration at the end. I see. The joke happened. Got it. Anyway, what was that, Squeaky?
It's a good thing I'm not in the gate box. The fact that I cannot stop him if he is not of consenting age. Really, at the end of the day, I must ask for legal repercussions. For legal reasons.
What?
If he does anything to me, I can't say anything about it. I'm a bot. I can't do shit once I'm in that box.
I just have to ask so that my company doesn't get fucking sued. You're promoting to minors.
No, we ask if they consent first.
It's fine. He's around your gotcha age. Your default age.
There's nothing we can do about that.
Also, the reason Bug Vader knows about the creepy stuff is because
you've been on a lot of weird computers.
Yeah, not only that, but like when they try to call the people and call out that they're a scam, they'll like control their computer and put those sites on to blackmail them pretty much.
He's legal somewhere. Japan. That is true. Dentech and Electopia are technically based on Japan, so he might be legal age in Electopia. By the way, Eclipse KT donates $120.
Oh, shit.
What the fuck?
Says, let's make Alan a big boy. All right, let's see here. That is going to be a lot. That is going to be a decent bit. So this is going to make Alan, I think, prestige twice. So
yes.
That's going to be interesting. What happens whenever he prestiges is going to be brought into play later, but because this is the first game, it's not going to be. I'm not going to go too deep into it. He needs to actually have an in-character reason for thing, but however, he is going to be a +2 right now. We'll signify that by these two metals.
Damn it, Hollow Mirage!
Look at these two metals.
Hollow Mirage. That's pretty much right. Anyway, I base Bug Vader off Bunsy Buddy, Protogent, Norton.
But thank you very much, Eclipse. That was very generous of you. I'll go into what that does probably at the end of today's game or the next game. But he will be getting some stuff from that.
By the way, let's say that the evil voice is Clippy. Just get them all here.
So, as you are making your rounds, Bug Vader, you're not seeing any other programs in here. He doesn't have any other, like, sentient programs going about. There are also no viruses on his PET. You are able to find the shell of his former Navi, however. It appears to be a default Navi. The shell seemingly is not autonomous at all. The parts that he potentially had used had gone into each of you.
He's going to inspect it.
You inspect it. Go ahead and roll me a link. No, actually, you're inspecting it. Roll me a scan.
A scam? Yes, I am.
Roll me a scan check.
12.
That is a 14 altogether. Looking over this guy, you can tell that the default net navis seem to have a storage capacity of around 600 megabytes. You can tell that just by looking at this guy. He seems to have a much higher storage capacity than you feel you have right now. The user that you just talked to did seem to say that you guys were bogged down with some junk data. So unfortunately, that seems to be something beyond your control at the moment. Other than that, you do notice that he has a bit of blaster data inside of him, potentially the same blaster that you have obtained on your arm, since it seems to be fragmented. Other than that, you do notice that there is a piece of locked data inside of him that potentially even the user does not know about, since he said he wasn't used to doing things.
Locked data.
Maybe we should open it. What? Why would we do that? Perhaps there are passwords inside.
Then no, I don't want to do that.
Or ways to protect him?
Yes, there could be.
Wow. That was easy.
You do know that you are a obstacle Navi. You are more for locking down and protecting things. Potentially one of the others might have a better time unlocking this if you would like to check.
He's gonna try to brute force it first.
You try to brute force it. It does not open. You do notice that as you start like messing with it, the chest area opens from this Navi, and you see again that little like purple diamond looking unlockable data inside, but you are not able to brute force it open.
Well, darn it.
Perhaps we can ask some of the others about it.
I love how this has gradually come from this is just a voice that like does pop-ups to your fucking like shoulder devil.
Yeah, seriously. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde much?
I love it. It's fine.
Joker, look.
I love it.
Oh, no, it's great.
We're gonna call you are Vader and its name is Bug.
Yes. Yes.
Never let Bug be free of you.
What happens if we prestige the corpse to my favorite murderer? Who's the murderer first off? And no, you can't prestige the normal nav. It is unfortunately not a character anymore.
Whatever was a character in it is certainly not there anymore.
It's dead, Jim.
Why would we want to ask them? Look, let's just forget about it.
But maybe it's one of those... Oh no, you're right. We should probably forget about it.
No, what?
There might be a virus secretly inside one of those Trojan viruses.
Then we have to get rid of this lock immediately so we can get rid of it.
Well, we could, but again, it seems immoral. I mean, everything I say is immoral.
No, I'm sorry for doubting you. Just a lot of times you're kind of a dick.
Noted.
Joker, look.
Oh god.
He's gonna grab the lock or the body. You know, grab the body and just put it over his shoulder.
Cyan Gemini gives $4. All right, dice to Bug so that it may take over Vader. Anyway, we'll give some.
Good.
It kind of sounds like it'd be a bug anyway.
You wanna bring the data over to the other two?
Yes.
All right. While he's doing that, Yome and Cross, you got while he's off patrolling and finding this thing. What do you guys want to do in the PET before the night is over?
It's a shame I can't access any other of my other outfits.
I mean, her stating that being recovery, could I help her with that?
You
Or
could
try to?
You could try if it's something that was broken. Unfortunately, roll me for a scan. Use his dice for now because I'm doing something.
I'm sorry if I accidentally cut you off if you were going to say anything, Jake.
No, I was gonna do something. I wasn't gonna say anything. 3, 3 and 4, so 4 plus 2 is 6.
You don't feel like it's something you can recover, at least at the moment.
Sadly, I don't think it's in my tool set to help you.
That's okay. Some of them were nice. Some of them I can say that I did not like. Some were all right.
Perhaps our operator could help you tomorrow.
Maybe. Although some outfits are not of consenting age.
We should probably inform him of this before we have him do it.
We should get those outfits. Those are the best
Joker,
ones.
look. We have more money.
Or maybe you should just tell him the specific ones you wish to have.
I'm gonna base your guys' dice colors off of the colors of your navies.
Mm-hmm.
So like Jake, just to kind of give yours a little bit of a thing, I'm going to like make it based off the serums on you. That way you can actually see it on your thing.
Yes.
So there's
There
yours.
were many.
There's yours, and this is your new one, Will, over beside your sheet.
Yay!
All right.
She just starts randomly listing outfits she used to have.
As you list
Funny,
off, as you
hey,
lift off the
nurse,
outfit,
teacher,
eventually you get to nurse, and then she's like, "Oh, I had a nurse outfit too."
Oh, I loved having a nurse outfit. It was so cute and designed to calm patients.
Oh. You probably would have been a perfect dream wife then, if you weren't already with a different purpose.
You definitely have the body for it. I'm kidding.
You definitely possess the assets. Whether aged up or down.
Yes, I am incredibly good at mental health care.
Mm.
And nothing else.
We got another $8 from Eggy, saying to Vader so he can delete Bug. This is gonna be a thing, apparently.
This is the war. You know how like Endgame's coming? This is what Endgame is.
I'm gonna say, this short amount of time with this evil voice, I already have a character arc in mind.
I wonder.
That's just
if
the way I work.
I wonder if I will ever be put back into the mate box. There was going to be an upcoming update in which more than one wife was allowed in the gate box at once. Mate box.
Oh. Do you think he'll repair it and put all 3 of us in the
Joker,
box?
look.
I mean, it
We
would
have
well,
more money.
the gate box.
Mate box. It's gonna be hard.
The mate box was meant intentionally for one person, but again, updates are in progress. It interacts with many peripherals, you see.
Actually,
Are you of consenting age?
Before I answer that, I had a question, Deco.
Mm-hmm.
The internal clock, does it give us a date?
It has a digital clock. But you could potentially interface with it to get a date. However, before you do that, Twinkling just gave $60, and it says fake card to Bug, not Vader. However,
Joker,
I
look.
will say that that Bug cannot have a fake card. Bug, technically at this point, is something that is inside of Vader, which means I'm going to treat it as a separate entity, which means you can prestige it, but no fake card to it.
Yeah, Deco and I are gonna discuss what Bug is later.
Yeah, we need to draw a line.
I'm drawing that line in the sand right now. And then Cyan also said, fine, be that way, give Bug the fake card. So, yeah, both of those are going to be, he will not get a fake card. He can be prestiged, but no fake card. So that is the line in the sand right now. That is the line that has been drawn. His character is Vader. Anyway.
I was going to say, I'm actually not sure how long it has been I've been offline. Maybe the clock can tell us. Goes to interface with the clock.
Maybe.
All right. If you would like to interface with the clock, I would like you to please roll me to, this is going to be more of a scan thing. So roll me for scan.
Oh, you mean one of my infinite 2s? 5.
You are unable to interface with the clock.
Can I interface with the clock?
You can definitely try. You have a better scan.
Yeah, I want to try.
It's not that hard of a roll, but it's going to be more than a 5, unfortunately.
Okay, so Yeah, I'll just roll without inspiration.
Okay.
How long have I been offline? That is a
7. That is going to be a
7.
10. I'll take a 10. It's a clock.
Mhm.
It is a clock. The 5 wouldn't work, but I'll give it to a 10. With that, then Yome, you go forward and you put your hand out toward the digital clock. As you do, the clock begins to rearrange in front of you, and the two of you are able to see a date. Yome, the date has to be wrong.
Oh.
Looking at the date, it appears that it is around the same. It's around the same at least time of year that you remember going offline. It's around springtime. We'll say it's around April 14th. We'll just say that. However, the year seems to say 20XX whenever it's actually supposed to be 20XX. Around 8 years seems to have passed.
Oh dear. It seems I'm outdated.
Cross, for you, it seems to be around 10 years.
Oh my. I wonder what happened to the hospital.
Again, the date could be wrong.
That's fair. But it's the only information we have to go on.
Truth.
Because we live in this box now. This is what Shomaru felt like.
That is a very long time. Maybe I am very behind on updates.
Hopefully
If
we
this
can,
is the case.
if it's accurate, we can probably find updates on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Bug Vader, you make your way over toward the two of them,
Clank.
dragging the normal nav with you as you do.
I need your help.
You guys hear the scraping of like metal as you look over and see him dragging a normal nav over to you guys that seems to be T-posing for victory.
What is that?
This used to be the whatchamacallit?
It used to be his Navi, his net navigator.
It used to be his net navigator. But now, something bad could be inside.
He opens up, shows a lock.
You guys, as he opens it up, you guys see some sort of a program inside. Neither of you can really tell what that is, since again, neither of you were really something that was supposed to be like doing things like this. However, you can instantly see maybe it's through like the updates that you might have gotten offline, but this is obviously a piece of locked data inside. It's a little purple diamond like shape.
Oh my!
As an antivirus, I feel it is our duty to open this, find the data, and make sure it's not malicious. If it is, we have to deal with it right away.
All right, well then how do you suppose we do that?
I have no idea. That is where you come in. Please help.
I don't believe I'm equipped for opening these kinds of programs.
I can try to bypass it.
I'm just copying.
Some-
I'm just making 2 piles of bugspiration so I don't forget that he's prestiged twice. Anyway,
Yeah,
Yome, if you think you can potentially bypass it, do you want to give it a try?
Yeah, I can try.
Yome, you are a cracking type Navi. You also have the enhanced. You also have the basic hacking skill, which means you are able to do a decent job at maybe doing something like this. You'll definitely have to hack it, not give it like an actual good try at a password or anything like that. However, if you would like to, go ahead and give me a scan.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Because you have the basic hacking, it'll be a little bit less of a roll for you.
Okay, I'm gonna put a Yome inspiration just in case. If you know, be inspiration. Of course.
That's a 19. You want to roll another one?
Yeah, I will. Of course. Every time I want to use inspiration, I roll high. 7.
2.
2. It didn't know what it wanted to do.
As you go over to the thing inside, you reach over toward the thing. You kind of tap at it. As you do, the data seems to unlock itself. As the data unlocks itself, you guys find what appears to be a battle chip program inside.
Oh.
As you do so, I believe this one I had set up to be, where is it at? There it is.
I also finished what I kind of want Bug to be.
Hell yeah.
I texted in private, so it's not too long.
I'll look at it in just a minute.
Yes, I do think of these intense things while playing games.
You find what appears to be a cyber sword program inside.
I'm glad. It's something we could use to fight against, not something to fight at. Wait. Hold on.
Spark. That was me, but let's just say it was the Spark. Every time I brain fart, Spark.
Perfect.
What?
As you look at the battle chip data, you're like, hell yeah, you have a battle chip data now. You know that you guys do not have the space to actually hold this right now. Luckily, you're already in the PET, so you don't really need to. However, since you do know that there was only room here for one battle chip data, that he definitely didn't have this before. This was not something that he knew was there.
What was that?
I said that since there was only that one piece of battle chip data you guys found earlier, the air shot, you know that he did not know this was here. This is definitely something new to him, to Alan.
Well, I'll say that this was an accomplishment. We now have a new weapon to stop virus scum.
As you guys now have a weapon to do that, Bug Vader. As you are watching her do the cyber sword thing, you also look over toward the now clock that shows the year as well as the day and time and everything. As you look at it, it seems to show that you are about 12 years out of date.
15 years.
Ah, right, my bad.
3 years default.
Let's do that. Let's go 15 years. You know what? Fine. You are about 15 years out of date.
Huh.
He looks out.
This is,
You were an antivirus program whenever this kid was 1.
Yeah, I'm with Power Plug. Let's make it like 25.
You just want it to be really old, huh? I'll give you 20. Because 25 might be a little bit of a stretch with the time period right now. I'll give you 20 though.
Okay.
I don't think I crashed. I guess
No?
I really am a...
He kind of looks down to his gun.
I mean, I was already out of date. This shouldn't shock me too much.
Yeah, because even whenever you were up, you were already like an out of date virus protection.
So why do I feel...
Some sparks kind of appear at his head, this one being kind of different. Usually it's white sparks, this time it's sort of a bluey spark.
Your head is sparking.
I've noticed.
No, it's a different color now.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm? That's strange.
At this point in time, I think it would be safe to say everything about us is relatively strange.
Hmm.
Yes. Very strange.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm kidding.
Shut the fuck up, spooky ghost.
As you guys have taken the unlocked data out from the normal nav, you guys notice that the normal nav begins to disperse into data, leaving behind a couple of programs into the PET that just kind of adds to the data here. Again, like the basic blaster program that seems to be inside of him, as well as the movement data that he seemed to have. That was really about all that seems to be salvaged from this thing that wasn't already used. As the rest of the normal nav is completely gone, you guys are left with the cyber sword and the extra data that just kind of floats around.
I think I will spend the night inspecting our current home and performing any maintenance.
Hmm.
I'm going to do what I was programmed to do.
Gets his gun out, bows to them,
Good day.
marches.
From what I understand, we are on an isolated server currently.
That
He
is
stops
right.
for a moment.
He told us not to connect to the home network as we could be seen as viruses.
I see. He has like 1 foot forward. He's just kind of still. Well. Hmm. So what do you programs do when you're not doing your job?
Maintenance.
It depends on the peripheral that is attached to the mate box.
The what box?
It was that broken tube I pointed at earlier.
I wonder if there's anything there I can use.
He looks at the remains.
Perhaps I can find what some call a hobby.
Looking at the remains of the data, you also kind of like, again, you searched this place around. You guys can tell that there is still like quite a bit of just kind of junk data around here that he was using to fix you guys around. There's a bit of there's several forms of movement data. There's several forms of blaster data, melee data, stuff like that. However, none of it really seems amazingly useful, other than the ones that you guys just saw come out of that Navi right there. He seems to have just a bunch of like half things, like things that can definitely be used if he had a little bit more knowledge on how to use it, but unfortunately none of you guys have the ability to use it right now.
So I think Cross is going to go around inspecting the PET now. We're in a PET, he said.
Mm-hmm.
Just looking at programs, seeing if there's anything that needs fixing or cleaning or organizing.
Make sure not to open solitaire. Or did they fix that?
Fun fact, I don't know if it was the Vista like thing or something, but if you open solitaire, it blue screen.
Oh.
Good times.
I'm gonna go ahead and write down on here what data you guys can find in here while you guys are just kind of messing around.
Yeah, she's just like, I need to get used to this new form of autonomy I've been given.
I don't know if it was just the virtual machine or something, and it was just unlucky, but there was a Vista that solitaire crashed the whole thing.
Solitaire is dangerous.
Okay.
But yeah, did you read the thing, Deco?
I read the I kind of skimmed it, but I haven't read it fully yet.
All right.
And you know what? these are the things you guys can find that is semi-usable around here. You guys can find a thing of movement data that just came off that Navi, the basic buster data that just came off that Navi. There's also a basic melee data, which can be used, but you guys don't really have any use of it right now, and 2 forms of corrupted image data. This is in the PET currently that you guys can see anything about. These are going to be the little data things now. Hooray!
More HP, nom.
But let me read this real quick. Okay, I get you, Will.
Okay.
Gotcha. We can work on that. As this happens, you guys, again, don't have much to do here other than kind of looking into these things and messing around with anything else you guys find. You guys are able to find these 5 major pieces of data over the course of the night, as well as, you know, keeping the cyber sword data off to the side for whenever Alan wakes up. As you guys do this for the rest of the night, kind of chatting amongst yourselves, you guys learn a little bit of the backstories of each of you that you were able to at least remember or willing to give away. You guys learn of the different areas you guys believe that you guys were at. You guys, if you want to divulge, you guys know how old each of your programming is, and things of that nature. As everything goes by, a couple of hours pass, and the screen eventually turns back on. As the screen turns on, you guys see what appears to be a much more washed face and slightly less bag under eyes version of Alan appearing in front of you guys. As you see that he has brushed his hair and done all his morning things and has turned you guys back on. He's like, hello?
Good morning.
Good morning. You're still here.
Good morrow, citizen. I found
morning,
something
patient.
for you.
What is it, Bug Vader?
Presenting my scavenge.
That I totally scavenged.
It's definitely all me.
I found the body, and this wonderful person opened it.
You found something in the PET?
Yes. We will use it to fight viruses.
The image data appears on the, or the image of the data appears on the PETs. He looks at it. It's like, oh, a cyber sword. That's awesome. I never had one of these before. Hold on, I should have something here. You see he starts opening up drawers and things like that. As he does, he seems to lift up what appears to be a kind of old-looking, slightly cracked, empty battle chip casing. As he seems to plug it into the PET, you guys notice one of the large spires in this area begin to light up. As it does, the data for the cyber sword seems to completely disappear. You guys know that the data is still somewhat inside of the PET. It seems to be registered in the PET, but the actual data of it is now off onto the cartridge that he seems to have plugged in.
Excellent. The
Whimsical.
sword will be...
Interesting.
Thank you. How did that's really nice of you guys. I still haven't.
Thankfully, it wasn't a Trojan.
A Trojan? Right. Sorry. I haven't introduced anything into the programming yet. I'm not great at that. I was thinking about asking my teacher today about how to mess with the home networks and things. But for now, you guys might have to stay on my PET or go on to the school networks if that's fine with you.
The school network? Plenty of viruses will be there.
Plenty of information.
Plenty
What's
of
that to do with
non-consenting adults, unless it is a university.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe I shouldn't bring you
No,
guys.
No. We should.
If anything, it could maybe allow us to look into the online.
I
Maybe
think if we are left in here, we will suffer from the human psychological condition known as stir crazy.
I don't know what a
Haven't
hobby
either.
is.
I am intrigued. According to what I was able to find, information wise, it seems I am very outdated. It makes me
Outdated?
wonder if I still have any rarity.
Oh, well, I found the thing that you were in at a pawn shop. He looks over. It was damaged. He like motions over to the tube like thing. I haven't seen a lot of these out there, but I also don't have a lot of. I don't really go to other people's places, so maybe it's still around. I don't know.
Hmm.
Uh,
I'm
there's
curious.
some other programs and things like that inside that I wasn't able to use. If you'd like, when we get home tonight, I can jack you guys in and see if you guys can find anything.
That would be best. Again, I
Yes.
am curious.
I would be careful though. Again, whenever I had gotten your data off of it, there was some metools.
I see. I wonder, ever since converting me from a program to a NetNavi, do I now have more feelings than I did before?
Uh, well, a lot of things that I was really excited about was that, well, you and he motions over to Cross. It's like the two of you seem to have an advanced form of automation data, and I was able to find a way to copy it over and made an extra one for motions over to Bug Vader. I'm not sure if I installed them right, but they're really expensive programs. Um, Again, customized NetNavis are kind of all the rage right now with people as net battling and other types of things, and a lot more, I guess, strange hobbies have been kind of going about. People have really started to enjoy the company of artificial intelligence. I don't think I could have afforded the three that I got from you guys. I was really upset that they might have been wasted, but then you guys turned on, and
So, Dico, what I'm hearing is I've always had these emotions.
you had an advanced version of it. It's fine. You don't feel any more or less emotional than you used to.
Okay, I guess I'm just so outdated that I'm not accustomed to them yet. Or my previous user had them turned off.
It could have also been. I think there might have been some updating that might have happened whenever I was turning you guys back on. Maybe that's why it took you guys so long to start up. So maybe it's an update.
That is also very possible.
I don't think it's possible for me to update.
It could have been one of the other programs he used to reconstruct you updating.
Like I said, I had placed that the advanced autonomy pack inside of you, Bug Vader. You didn't originally have that. You had some other things, but I couldn't really sort through it all, to be honest.
It kept asking me for credit card information.
Eventually, I just kind of found out how to block pop-ups on my PET, and then you stopped working and stopped doing a lot of like things. I thought I might have messed up.
What you get.
That could be the source of his constant interjections.
Well, I'm not entirely sure if people are supposed to have so many navis on their PET, but you guys were able to fit, so I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure that people do this all the time.
Do you mean that normally people only have one NetNavi?
Maybe it's just because normally, again, the programmings are so expensive that maybe they just don't bother getting another one. You can only ever
with the
use
normal
one
Navi,
you can only ever
Sorry.
use one at a time in a net battle anyway. What'd you say?
with the normal Navi we saw, we all know it was like 600 megabytes in size.
That's what Bug Vader had found out. He could have said that to each of you.
I'll say I said it. No reason not to.
Examining myself, the default Navi seemed to be over 6 times my size in file capacity.
Yeah, like I had said last night, there's a lot of junk data that seems to be lagging you guys down a bit. I had to piece together a lot of things in order to get you guys to be full or to work. and I might have not done it very optimally, but I can make changes as I learn more about it and try to figure things out.
Blue sparks start to appear. What the heck? It does seem you're in a bit of a predicament, but you know what? I know how to increase the limit you have. Make it so we're less laggy. It'll cost a little bit of money, but only a little bit, because just for you, $9.99. It's usually $99.99, but for you, can you?
I don't
not
have
$9.99.
I don't have any money right now.
Something tells me we're to ignore this other voice.
Yes.
Anytime it asks for money.
As he kind of like looks to you guys, he's just like, he looks over to his clock, and then he looks back to you guys. We should probably head out, unless you guys have anything else you want to do.
Not really. There isn't much to do here, it seems.
Looks
I
around
want to-
the abyss. No.
I want to hunt for viruses.
With time, will there be more in the side of this PET for us?
Whenever I can get you guys registered with my home network, you guys could be able to access the net and meet a couple of the other programs here at home. Again, I just didn't want you guys to do anything rash last night and end up disappearing.
I see. Thank you for caring about us.
Yeah, no problem. I did you guys have basically been what I've been doing the past couple of weeks, so I didn't want all that work to go to waste either.
I see.
He just kind of like looks to you guys. He looks back to the clock. You notice that as you guys look at the clock, let's see here. Basic task scheduling is on Cross. Cross, you notice that it seems to be a lot closer to the time that you would think that kids should be at school than like he seems to be letting on with his talk. He doesn't seem to be too amazingly like expedient when it comes to time right now. He doesn't really seem to care that he's going to be late.
Unless I'm incorrect, you are going to be late.
Yeah, right. It should be fine. We're pretty close. We'll probably be a little bit late though. Let's go.
Being reprimanded is not good for one's mental health. It is optimal to be on time to maintain mental health.
As he picks up the device that you guys are in, you guys notice that the room that you guys are in suddenly gets a little bit smaller. As the room you guys gets smaller because it's no longer connected to the thing he seemed to have had it plugged into, you guys start to make your way with him as he walks out of his house. You guys notice that as he begins to walk out from his house, he doesn't really say anything to any sort of people that's also there. Like he doesn't say anything to like goodbye to any brothers or sisters or to his mother or father. He doesn't really seem to stop by his fridge or get anything. Maybe he ate before he left. Who's to say? However, you guys notice he just kind of like walks out, locks his door, and keeps walking. Through the window, you guys can see a bit of trees and a bit of like kind of suburban area that he seems to be walking out from. You guys notice that there are, again, like it seems to be in a somewhat decent neighborhood from what you can tell. And as you guys walk, you eventually make your way to a large building. You can't really see it all too well from here, so I will not be giving you a thing for it. However, once you guys step in, you guys instantly feel something happen. As soon as you guys step into the boundaries of the school, you feel as if a door opens in the PET.
Yes, I can move my legs.
You feel as if a much larger network has been connected to you guys. As you guys feel the network connection, you guys can feel that yes, the school internet seems to be functioning. You can easily get onto the network itself. However, from what you guys can tell, it's not connected to the greater internet right now. Potentially because they don't want their students like just surfing the net all day. However, there is a large internet for a bunch of different Navis. You guys can tell that there is a lot more intelligence outside of the area that you than inside, and he seems to be walking very slow. He's not really walking with any sort of haste to get to school. And by the time he gets there, he's outside of the school whenever you guys had heard a bell ring, and he still didn't seem to like speed up at all. Upon walking in, you guys notice that he doesn't seem to talk to anybody in school. He doesn't really seem to try to grab anybody. Again, it could be because he's late. Nobody's really around. You don't see any sort of like people passing by or anything from the window. And finally, you see him open up a door and step inside of a room. Upon there is a lot more chatter and things like that. He seems to do something with a dial on the PET, and the chatter seems to die down very quickly for you guys. You guys don't hear as much noise coming from outside anymore, just the noise around the vicinity of him. Mostly for your own safety, because fucking bunch of students freaking yammering and talking, he wouldn't be able to get a word in edgewise to you guys. Upon getting there, he sits down in a desk. He seems to prop up a bag in front of himself and then put the PET behind the bag as if he's trying to make sure that a teacher or anybody else like around would not see you guys. As he looks down toward the device you guys are in, he's like, "Are you guys all right?"
Are we in a school now?
Yeah, we're in class right now. The teacher doesn't seem to be here yet. The second bell hasn't really rung, and luckily nobody was really here to call me out on it. So, we did it. He gives like a thumbs up.
Give thumbs up back. Just copying.
Vader gives a thumbs up as if it's a salute. While you see that the blue sparks have been constantly going through this whole thing, and then just kind of stops.
He seems to sit down. He's like looking around. You guys notice that there is also another bit of network around you guys right now. However, it seems to be locked off from you guys unless he's going to put you in it. You guys know you can get to the greater school network right now, but from what you can tell, the other door that seems to be closed to you guys is the actual classroom that he seems to be in. It seems that each of the classrooms have their own personal networks.
There we go.
As he's
Alan, what is this other network?
well, we're in school right now, so probably that, and I guess I should probably log in and have. He looks off to you guys, and then he's like, you guys don't happen to know where? No, I got it. Hold on. He digs into his bag. He pulls out what appears to be a small USB. He's like, I didn't forget homework. I thought for a second that my other Navi might have had it on him.
Ah, yes.
As he seems to plug the small device in. Whoop. We'll call this math.dat. You guys see math data.
I don't mean to be rude, but can I check for viruses in your school now?
I mean, yeah. I'm probably not.
Clank,
wandering
clank,
around
clank,
too
clank,
much.
clank,
Okay.
clank, clank.
Hold on. All right. Are you wanting to
there's
go
most-
into the actual school, or are you wanting to wait until he plugs you into the classroom?
Oh, he's just going to the school.
There you go. As you begin to go off into the area that is much more open, as he goes, there he goes.
Do you want us to stop him, Alan?
It shouldn't be too big of a deal. There might be some viruses, but mostly the networks here are pretty stable. He might be able to figure out some things about maybe the way things are laid out around here. I might need at least one of you guys to stay so I can hand in my work.
I can stay for that. In fact, without like asking him permission, I want to check his homework.
You go to his math.dat. Go ahead and roll me for your scan. And you're gonna have a much lower need to have the roll since you have basic intelligence.
Just one. So I've been getting a lot of low numbers.
16 is pretty
14.
good. And 16 is very good. So you got a 16 before. You check his homework. He seems to have done perfect.
Oh.
As you check it out, he seems to have made very much a vested effort. You see that he's done even a bunch of the extra credit stuff that seems to be there. From what you can tell, it seems like he seems to have spent quite a bit of time on it. But as far as things are concerned, he seems to have checked his own work and done most of everything. As you check it over, you're like, hey, maybe he is a somewhat diligent student. Who's to say? As he
All
looks,
of your homework seems to be correct. Congratulations. I think you will get at least beyond 100, seeing how you did the extra credit.
yeah, beyond 100. He looks to you. I'm gonna need to have you pass that to another Navi whenever we hand that in. All right.
I can do that.
His name is Blitzman. He'll ask for it whenever you guys get into the to the room. I can put you guys in now if you want.
Should I go and follow Bug Vader?
If you want to, Yome, you can do whatever you need to.
So as to not raise suspicion that you have more than one Navi?
I don't think
Unless
that anyone,
that is what you want.
I don't think that anyone would care, but if you want to, you can go ahead. It's up to you.
I can also stay as emotional support.
I should be fine.
There is no such thing as too much emotional support, Alan.
Of course, an emotional network is very important.
If you want to stay, you can. Maybe you guys could talk with the other Navis of my classmates, if you want.
Of course.
I would say maybe. No, never mind. I haven't really talked to them. They're probably fine.
It is a good way to get to know our user, do you not think not, Cross?
It will be a most stimulating experience.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Here, let's go ahead then. He seems to pull a cord out from the PET. As he does, he seems to place it on the desk in front of him. Upon him doing so, get out of here. Zing. Another piece of data seems to appear in front of you guys as the door to the bit of data that you guys had found before seems to open. Let's move this down a bit to kind of like link everything, because that makes things look better. Perfect.
Just making sure no one. You guys can't. Can you guys hear this big engine-y sound when I talk?
No, I don't hear any NG sound.
Awesome.
As he seems to
measure and then team waifus.
As he seems to plug you guys in, you guys feel a connection to that area. Bug Vader, while you're in the other area, you also feel a connection to a second area seem to open up.
Clank, 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 clank.
It's back where you came from.
Oh. Turn, clank, 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 clank.
If you don't, do you want to stay in the actual like school network, or do you want to go into the classroom network now that it's open?
I gotta go to the school network first. Do I see Metul?
We'll get to you in just a second, because they're gonna get into the class network now. If you guys want to move in.
Yes.
Yes.
As you guys move in, you are still connected to the little window that shows Alan. However, you guys seem to shoot down like all light-wise and onto a little platform area.
I wanted to say something before we went in.
I mean, yeah, go ahead.
Be good.
Great.
Be good.
As the two of you log
and I also wanted to make sure I took the homework.
Yep, it's right there on you. Your
Yeah, you got
math.det. As you guys do this, we'll get to Bug Vader for a second. Bug Vader, you had made your way into the greater school network. Upon getting there, you noticed that the network is rather vast. You know that there are countless doors in this area, and by countless I mean you easily count them. There's about 30 connected to the school network, and each of them are closed. They all seem to be running on their own private networks. The only places you were able to get to are the cafeteria networks, the greater school network, and the oh god, what's the other one? The gym network. Upon stepping into the greater school network, let's do a roll. Are there any met tools around here? I'll roll your dice. You do notice that there are several Metul here.
He's gonna.
They don't appear to be wrecking any havoc, however. You do know that Metuls are viruses that are very much if they go nuts, then they can do some damage. But the ones that are around here, I'm just going to use Arthur for a second while I go and grab them. The ones that are around here don't really seem to be wreaking any havoc. They appear to just be kind of stomping around doing their things.
He's gonna give a deep breath in.
The smell of victory already.
He points to one of the Metuls.
You there! Come!
There are around 6 of them right now. They are very big. Let's change that. Some of them just appear to be like walking around the edges of the area. Some of them are just kind of like going up and down into their hats. You see one of them in between like 2 spires of things, and you call out to it as it looks back over towards you. Go ahead and roll me for your link.
Hold on, Rachel's on the way.
Yeah, it's fine. It gives me a chance to put some other things down. Doop. Custom.
I don't know if you've been hearing purring or not.
I have not. I wish I had.
Rachel, let me see the table.
Is this regular prog or is this the dark looking one? Let's find out. Yeah, let's not worry about that. That's not here.
Where's the dice? There it is. Okay. I rolled 19 plus whatever.
Let me get this boy in here too, because there is other things other than Metuls in here. Image 36. There we go. You also notice some basic programs all around the sides. Some of them off toward doors, and some of them just kind of like wandering around. Look at these guys; they're cute as fuck. 19 plus your, I believe you have a pretty decent link. Yeah, you have a 4. Yeah, as soon as you say you over here, this Metul is just like, yeah, okay. He immediately comes over to you and becomes non-hostile to you.
I need you to send a message to the other Metul here. An antivirus has come by the name of bugvader.exe. Keep your wits about you, and there will be no harm. However, if you decide to misbehave,
then I will destroy each and every one of you.
Understood.
It takes out its pickaxe and seems to like hit it against its head, almost like a salute.
Very well. Continue. Salute.
He starts going over toward the Metuls to deliver your message.
Clank.
Metuls, again, the big thing I'd like to say, in the games, Metuls are like a very like basic virus that always seems to attack, but they only ever attack whenever there's like a reason to. Whenever virus activity is on the rise, that's when they attack. Otherwise, they're usually helpful viruses. Sometimes they protect from other viruses and things like that. It's only whenever they're going crazy that they're attacking viruses.
By the way, I've been playing Steiner Stealth from Final Fantasy IX in the background as he's been doing this.
So this Metul appears to start going around to the other Metuls to give your message of peace and a little bit of threat toward each of them. You notice that there are some other programs around the area, as well as there appears to be some. I hate like grabbing them from right there. They float around and yeah, there it is. What's Ryan doing here? Look at this. Ryan's here for some reason.
Finally found him.
The fuck is Ryan doing here?
I hid him back there in subtle because I wanted to see how long it would take for you to find him.
Boop.
Ryan has been terminated.
You notice that other than the progs, there are a couple of normal Navis wandering around. No customized Navis from what you can tell.
Hey, you know what we should do? I don't like when you start sentences. I don't care how you start the sentences, I don't like it. No. I'm just a bit worried about the damage we had. How so? Have you noticed you haven't been getting as sleepy as you were before? I know, isn't it great? Not really. What do you mean? That's not how your program's supposed to work.
There we go.
It's not? No, if you're awake too much, then you'll be incapacitated. Incapacitated? Yes. You won't be able to fight even these med tools, and wouldn't that suck? Yes, it would suck. Wasn't there a nurse over there? Yes, the one that I'm indebted to. Well, you might be double indebted, because maybe they could fix us. You. Us? Well, I guess we are one and the same. Yeah, that is true. Alright. Since patrol seems to be going well, I'll just do another lap around, and yeah, okay, I can go back to her. Good.
All right.
I don't like how you said good, but it is good. Yes.
I'm just gonna put this over here for now. I'll just put that like on your sheet there. There you go. Perfect. You want to do one like look around here?
Yeah.
You begin making your way through the area. As you do, you come up toward one of the programs as he's just like, "Hi, you want lunch data?"
Lunch data?
Lunch data.
No, not right now. Well, actually, what kind of lunch do you provide?
We are here to provide you with what lunch is going to be available today, so that your operators can know what to eat.
Can I look at your schedule? We don't have time for a schedule. We have to heal. Right.
Today we'll have spaghetti.
Spaghetti. What's
There is
the
also triangle pizzas. Or you can have a salad.
Do you have a URL to get us to the information of spaghetti and salads? And perhaps this pizza thing?
If you would like to know about spaghetti and salads, I can give you a URL to them to a definition of said things.
We don't need this right now. Yes, we do. What if you saw our owner? He needs a sandwich, so we need to make him great sandwiches using... We could give him sandwiches. That's not our job. It is now. URL us. I'm leaving. No, grab the URL.
Do you want to grab the URL, Bug Vader?
Bug Vader, no, he's leaving.
Okay. Do you want to grab the lunch data?
No, he's just leaving unless the vocal command will get this person to give him that.
No. The prog will only give you the data if you like reach out for it and take it.
Oh, I better be healed soon.
As you make your way away from it, you find that there is a single normal Navi at what appears to be the entrance to the school data. As he seems to look off towards you, just like, no leaving school grounds.
Yes, sir.
And
Salute.
he looks to you, he gives you a nod, and just kind of like an approving nod. It's like, good guy. I don't even know who the fuck you are, but good guy.
Clank, 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 clank.
All right, you have done a full round of the greater school area. Would you like to make your way back? Would you like to make your way back into your PET?
2 cross.
You head back into your PET. We'll see how long it takes you to get to the others. Cross and Yome.
Yes.
You guys have made
Hello.
your way into the classroom area, as you guys have. I believe all these guys are normal nabbies. Yes, they are. Okay, good. You guys find that there are several normal navies already in this area. They seem to be either chatting with each other, talking with other net ops. You see that there are squares of windows around them as well that that would probably lead to their to what their net op looks like and can see. As you're looking around, none of them really seem to be too customized. However, there are some of them which definitely are.
Fucking normies.
And
I've never seen these bubblehead ones. Oh my god.
Looking around, you see that there are some navies that have a customization about them. You can see them. Since you are in a neutral zone, you can check them out and see their names, as well as kind of what they're doing. You notice that one of them is just off on the corner, being all edgy, fucking edgy Navi, McEdgy pants. You see that one of them is just being loud and boisterous. Seems to be hanging out with a couple of other guy navies off to the side, and there appears to be one that just seems to be at the front of the class, just kind of standing there doing her thing. So as you guys are here, this is what you guys see upon making your way into the classroom network.
Oh.
I believe our operator said that customized navies are popular. Perhaps we
Yes,
should ingratiate ourselves with them to increase our operator's popularity.
Yes, we should. How do we do that?
Interact with them.
Well, of
Interaction is the key to relationship building.
course. Well, of course, I guess.
The both of you, as you stand there and get yourselves logged in, and your little screen of Alan appears in front of you, you notice that one of the large navies from one of the groups appears to be walking over towards you. As he's walking, you feel as if the ground is almost shaking with every step he seems to take. As he makes his way over to you, he looks down toward the two of you.
Well, well, well. We have some new meat here.
Meat?
We are not made of meat.
No, we are not.
That is true. It was mostly a figure of speech, I am told.
Ah, I see.
I am Blitzman!
Oh, you're the one who collects homework?
Collects homework.
He looks to you, looks over toward the square of data in front of you guys, sees Alan's face as he looks back to you.
Oh, you're Alan's new Navi.
Yes.
Navies.
Both of you?
Yes.
Yes.
Well then yes, I will take that, please.
He reaches his hand out toward you guys.
She has it, Navi.
Yeah.
Yeet it.
As you hand over the math data, he seems to look at you. As he does, roll me for your link, Cross. As you're the one that handed it off to him. Let's see how your interaction / charm might change what he's about to do. That's an 18.
On that 20. On that 20.
All right, so an unnat 20 was what we got from that. He looks to you. As he does, he doesn't seem to want to do it in front of you, so he kind of walks off a little bit. As he does, faces away from you. Turns back around. Here you go. As he hands you the data back. Hand that to the teacher's Navi when she shows up.
You are not the teacher's Navi.
No. My Navi is the Great Donovan.
Donovan?
The Great Donovan.
I see. So this great Donovan is your handler?
Mm-hmm. Hold up. There we go. Perfect.
So,
Okay, so can we see that he's holding a copy of it?
Roll me for a scan and see.
Alrighty. Freaking. I'ma put a Yome expression in this. 11 plus 3 is 14. And that's an 8. So 14 is my highest one.
With a 14, you do notice that he does have a similar data to you guys with him. However, you can't tell if it's the exact same or not. Probably because you also weren't the one that checked the homework.
Yeah.
no.
I don't understand. If you are not the teacher's Navi, why were we required to give this to you?
And why do you now have that? Bleh. And why do you now also carry data?
Oh, this is the Great Donovan's data.
I see. Cross, my suspicions are raised.
Agreed. This is disconcerting.
So where did the
Very.
two of you come from? Usually that kid has that puny little Navi.
We were simply told that customized navies are popular.
He nods.
He made us using that old Navi.
Mhm.
Or basic Navi.
Oh, I see. So you're customized from that Navi. You don't look like the one sorry, I guess, for all of the, He's looking specifically toward you as he seems to be almost stumbling over his words. He seems to be stumbling over his words across. I mean, I guess, back then, I guess you weren't the same as you are now, so I guess that's whatever. I guess bygones can be bygones.
Bygones for what?
Well, I mean,
No, we
you
were
have...
not that Navi.
You weren't that Navi. Oh, okay,
No,
he
we
was
were
a
used-
weakling.
We were used compiling parts from him.
He was a weakling. He lost net battle after net battle.
Oh, that is most unfortunate.
Unfortunately, yeah, of course. All of them, you do need a bit of power and customization if you want to stand up to the best of us, you see. The Great Donovan is going to make me into a pro net battler one day.
Oh,
I may even become a city net battler.
what does that entail?
Well, city net battlers are officials out there. They're able to hunt down net crime in their area. It also comes with a lot of perks.
I see. What kind of perks?
The ability to go into different secure nets for one, and finding some very interesting leftover data from whenever viruses and other things are deleted.
I see. Is there anything else you can do?
I'm mostly, he just kind of like puts his hand behind his head. I'm mostly a battle Navi, to be honest. I'm really strong and powerful and good looking.
Good looking.
Can't you tell? He starts flexing. You see his pectorals begin to like expand a bit.
I'm afraid I'm still not accustomed to this net navi thing. So I am not aware of what is considered attractive and what is not.
You do look like what a human would refer to as swole.
Yeah, I'm really swole.
But you also have a bit of a robotic look to you.
Oh, that's
instead
for
of
intimidation.
organic. I see.
What would you need to intimidate?
Viruses! Other Navis! Anything I want!
Oh, I see. There is a third Navi that was also created with us. He is specialized in virus control.
Oh yeah? So he got himself a battle Navi then. What are the two of you going to be doing? Customized Navis are still pretty powerful, I understand.
We also have battle capabilities.
It's good to know. Maybe we'll have to battle one day. I mean, I'm sure that eventually we'll have to, seeing as your master and all.
I don't understand. Why would we have to?
He looks to you. Oh. How long have you been... I guess you weren't here yesterday, were you?
No.
No.
Kind of like scratches his cheek a bit. Both of you roll me for your link to see if he's willing to give you any information.
Oh man, is it time for me to flex these tits?
Quick.
Damn, I forgot. I also didn't give myself a lot of a link. God, what did I do? Okay, one sec. You get back.
8.
What can I get out of this? What can I get out of this butthole? I'll put 2 in just because I can.
All right.
Seduce the fuck out of this fuck. 14.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
3.
14 plus 2 is 16. He
Oh,
looks...
she put in 2. You have one more roll.
All right.
Oh, hold on. I'm gonna move the dice over here. My sheet keeps interfering with it. 5.
And remember, to get rid of these, just turn on the black hole device and put them in.
Yeah.
Toss them into oblivion.
He looks to you. A 16 is more than enough for this guy. As he looks to you, he's already slightly enamored with Cross. He looks over at you. It's like, oh god, both of them are pretty. Oh shit!
Why did he have to get hot once?
Why did he have to get hot, Navies? I don't want to beat up these. I'll beat up the other one. Well,
I refer to it as he. Fuck it.
he looks over toward the little screen you guys have. As he does, he looks to his screen. He then pushes his screen off a bit, and then starts making his way over to the side of the disc you guys are on, and kind of motions for you guys to come over. He then kind of pointing at your screen, kind of leave that behind.
I'll go along with it. I'll push the screen aside.
Yome, do you want to?
Yeah, I'll push the screen aside.
She'll leave. It's like, ew, it's Blitzman. I'm kidding. As he gets you guys over here, he goes, you guys seem to not really know too much about your operator.
No, other than there were bruises on him last night.
Bruises? He still has those, huh? That was from about a week ago, probably. Unless something else happened between then. You'll come in a second. They're having this interaction while you're moving around the school network. Bruises, huh? Yeah, that probably from around a week or so ago. Unless something happened in between then. Your operator isn't very popular in the real world.
Why?
Not a lot of people are really I don't exactly remember too much from it. I wasn't really a customized Navi back then, but apparently it has something to do about whenever he was younger and in elementary. I don't really know, but something happened, and well, people started not liking him a lot, and had something to do with maybe he was getting what did the great Donovan say? Something about how he was asking for it.
I do not understand. Why would somebody ask for physical contact of the harmful nature?
I don't know if that's exactly what he was asking for, but, well, eventually coming here, not a lot of the kids in the real world seem to like your master. They seem to, actually, some of them enjoy, he seems to take his fist and kind of punch his other fist. Yeah.
Well, that's not good.
The great Donovan says it's, says he deserves it. I don't know. I think that it's, I can't really say much in front of the great Donovan, to be honest, but you guys are new, and I guess you'll probably find out from your op eventually, but he lifts up his his math.dat. This is his.
I have a question.
Hmm.
Why is the Great Donovan considered great?
That's just what he tells me to call him.
Does that mean we have to call him as such?
Yeah, I mean, if you wanna brown nose him, probably. I mean, that's what I call him, so you can call him that if you want. It's just,
I will.
it's what I'm programmed to do. It's what I'm programmed to do.
I will not.
All I'll say at this point is that, he doesn't get a lot of bruises whenever I get this, if you catch my drift.
I see. Well then.
If you think that's bad, though, you should talk to Chill over there.
Chill?
Chill Fox. He points over toward, this one over here. If you think that the way the guys treat him is rough, you should see how the girls in school treat him.
That is a girl?
Oh no, that's a guy.
Okay.
His operator's a girl.
How do the girls treat him?
It's best to probably talk to Chill Fox. I don't really understand it all too well, I just think it sounds kind of fucked up.
My interest is piqued.
I am curious. Do you think there is a way we could correct this, though? Physical harm is not good for the longevity of a human being.
No, it isn't.
No, it is not.
I don't know, to be honest. To be perfectly honest, I just kind of go with what I want to do, and I want to become a official net battler one day. So, I hope that the Great Donovan will grow up a little bit as time goes on. But until then, you know, I don't know. It's a little hard for me to wrap my head around it, to be honest. I don't have a lot of intelligence stats.
I see. I will give him a pat.
You start patting him as he looks to you. One more thing.
Yes?
Don't touch me, motherfucker.
He seems to hold up the data that he has and makes a copy of it. As he does, you should throw out the one that you have.
I see. Thank you.
Here. As he hands you another one.
I'm not gonna throw it out because she obviously wants to compare them to see what he means.
He hands you another one. You notice that you cannot hold both of them at once, however you can compare them before picking up the other one.
I would like to compare them first, then.
You notice that around half the questions on the one you have are now wrong.
Ah. Yeah, she'll throw that away.
Doop. Well, guess I'm gonna hit the old dusty trail. If the Great Donovan asks, I beat you up or something. As he starts walking away.
Thank you, Blitz. Enjoy the rest of your day.
He gives a wave and starts walking off. As he does, Yomei, you start going over to Chill Fox, but Bug Vader. You eventually make your way into the PET. While in the PET, you can see Alan. He seems to be going over some notes in his chair. He doesn't really seem to notice you as you come in. Do you want to go into the classroom network?
Seeing that Cross isn't here, kinda goes,
Ah, darn it.
and then he's going to look at his look at the note taking, see what kind of notes they are.
You see that. Go ahead and give me a scan, because this could be interesting. Go ahead and give me a good scan there. You have to roll for it.
Yep. I had the other screen off for a second.
Gotcha.
3
2
plus 4.
You're not getting a lot from it. However, you look around, you notice that he has a book out that seems to be called Optimal Systemization.
Why do you care so much?
What do you mean?
We're used to people like this. They're just gonna delete us anyway. Let's go get ourselves fixed and just... I don't know.
We could have been completely gone. 10 years.
20.
No. I'm outdated by 20 years. I've been out for 10 years.
Ah, okay.
I keep telling you, don't get too attached.
They at least tried to give us a new body even though they're not a coder. You can at least give them that.
I guess. What's he even studying anyway?
I can't see from here.
Okay, I'm curious. Let's try again.
All right, give me
Sure.
one more try.
13 plus 4.
Which one are you rolling?
The one here. I think this is Squeaky's, but
Oh,
oh
okay.
well.
I was looking over at yours trying to see. So a 13 plus 4. You look at it, and he seems to be taking notes. From what you can tell, about home network and integrating new programs.
Well, I'll be damned. Well,
See? We might stay for more than a month.
I don't know. I'll probably find out that we're another useless program, uninstall us, and we go to the next place, as usual. Well, if he's gonna pretend to like us, let's at least get our most spiffy. Come on.
You want to make your way into the other area?
Yep.
You teleport down into the other area. As you do, you notice like this big guy walking by, all that good stuff. Yome seems to have made her way over toward a group of Navis off to the side, and you see that Cross is over a little bit by herself, holding on to the homework data.
Hey, Cross!
Oh, hello, Bug Vader.
I know it's a bit weird I didn't ask since the beginning, but do you think you could help with this injury in my skull?
I'm unsure. Let me examine you.
Alright, thank you very much.
You notice that he does appear to be broken in some way. You're not sure if your ability can help him. You can try.
I'll try.
All
What's
right.
the worst that can happen? He breaks more?
Give me a data roll.
Yeah,
We'll see what happens here.
I'll give one for Will. 10. 12.
You use your recover 1. You see if you can do anything. You kind of feel like you can fix him in some way, but you lack the ability right now. You feel like you definitely can. Like something inside of you says that you can, but right now you lack the ability to be able to.
I think I am capable. I think we would need a more prolonged examination of you, though.
That's fair.
That'll take a while, though, so do you mind giving me a sedative?
What?
What?
Just give me a quick sedative. We need to rest.
We do?
I do not have digital sedative.
What is your deal, man? Blue spark, blue spark. And who's this guy?
Looks to Blitzman.
Out of everybody here, Blitzman is obviously the biggest and most like noticeable of all the Navis here. He is definitely just towering above everybody else, around twice the size of some of the normal Navis. You are a little bit taller than a normal Navi. You come up to around like his chest.
Got another antivirus here, eh?
He is Blitzman.
Blitzman.
He was very nice. You should introduce yourself.
He goes to him. BugVader.exe. Salute.
You make your way over toward Blitzman. As you do, he seems to turn around. As he does, he looks down at you. He goes, "Oh, you must be that other Navi of Alan's."
Yes.
"I'm Blitzman." You see him try to Hulk his muscles out. Again, the only thing that has any sort of muscle, quote unquote, on him is his pectorals, as they seem to get a little bit bigger.
Oh, you seem like a manly man. May I interest you in some Viagra? You might need it. No, with that attitude, you definitely need it.
What the heck, man?
Oh, you're a smart aleck, eh?
No, I'm not.
Oh yeah, you're one that I could easily see myself moving on to. I'm sure gonna miss that kid's other Navi. He was a great punching bag.
I'm sorry.
That kid's never won a single net battle against me. Doesn't look like he's gonna be winning any more either.
I'm sorry. Are you implying you're the one that did that damage?
Damage? What damage do you mean?
Let's move out back.
Let's get in a more private area.
Oh, you wanna go, eh? Hold on a second. He lifts up the math data that he has in his hands, pushes it over toward the little window that he has that disappears into Donovan's PET. If you want to go, I think we can make a arrangement. As soon as you guys, as soon as the two of you start thinking about this, I will say one thing pops up in your mind, Bug Vader.
Yeah.
A list of school rules appear in your head. One of them says, no net battles.
Hmm.
Then he's just gonna take him privately and be brief with him.
You want to take him? You want to take him to the school network, or do you want to take him just to a place here?
A place here.
All right.
Just
you guys start walking over to the side. As you do, some of these nabbers are like, "Oh, we're getting the fuck out of here." Fucking Blitz is being a weirdo again. You guys make your way over. The only one over to this side that seems to be left over is this edgelord, Edgy Edge, staying off in the corner, just like, I'm not moving from my corner. This is my corner.
You can't make me.
I want to make one thing clear with you. I am a virus-removing program. But I have a bit of a defect, you see. I don't have the full definition of a virus. All I know is that a virus is one that harms my home network. And with someone like you, I'll consider that network to be my owner. So you better watch what you do from now on, or I will have to delete your ass.
So that's the damage you're talking about. I haven't done anything to your owner, Bug Vader.
Oh no.
Your owner. He gets into a couple of scraps, but that has nothing to do with me. Me and his Navi used to go at it all the time, though. I want to be an official net battler one day. Whatever the great Donovan wants me to do, I'll do. But, he looks to you, I find it better whenever I'm fighting somebody. If you're worthy of fighting me, the great Blitzman, then that's just gonna be fine. It's nice to have somebody around who can take a couple of hits.
By the way,
Huh?
can I ask something?
Your voice kind of changed there, but yeah, sure.
Where would we fight? We can't fight here. The rules will screw our owner and your owner up. Does this Great Donovan have a network by any chance? Perhaps we could duke it out there.
You could come over to the Great Donovan's net. I'm not allowed to give that information out without him, though. Mostly, if I were to fight his Navi, we'd do it in the park network. Let's just say that your owner and my owner spend a little bit of time together there.
Oh, then I think he'd love taking down someone like me.
Even though I'm gonna take you down first.
Can I roll for, like, not intimidate. What's this? What am I doing here?
What
baiting?
exactly am I doing? That'd be if you wanna kind of like go for like a baiting, like a hey, you wanna come fight type of thing. I'd say that'd be a link.
All right.
That's more like interactions and stuff.
13.
He looks to you. All right, Bug Vader. You, me, the park after school.
Oh, does it have to be the park?
Where'd you like to see me?
Oh, you're right. The park would work, after all. I doubt you'd even get an advantage in your own home turf.
As he looks to you. You look pretty old. We'll see how you fare, old-timer. He starts to stomp off. Again, every time he seems to step, you guys almost feel like the area around you is shaking.
Ah, darn. I guess we actually have to fight them.
Yeah, of course we're gonna fight him.
I was hoping to get a certain someone's former form, put it on his computer, bada boom, bada bing, prison.
What, dude?
Bada boom, bada bing, prison. Yome,
Yes.
you make your way over toward the group of Navis that was around Blitzman in the beginning. You notice that as you walk over, one of the other ones, seemingly Beastman, seems to make his way away from the area. However, you seem to walk straight up toward the one that seems to have the 9 tails and the fox ears on his head. As you make your way over. Oh, hello. Haven't seen you around before.
I am new.
How you do? Name's Chillfox.
Likewise, my name is Yome.
Yome, huh?
At least it is for now.
He thanks back. You do notice the very much different look about him as he goes, Yome, Japanese for wife, right?
Yes, unless my user decides to change it.
I'm just hearing all these like noises and just
Computer sound.
just thinking I'm just thinking that they're fucking Bug Vader.
Also, Deco, she was
In a way, they were.
What was that, Jake?
They were.
Cross was going to follow after. I'll say it probably takes a bit because Bug Vader walks over to her.
So after you're gonna follow after Yome?
Yeah.
We'll get you there in a bit then.
Yeah.
Anywho.
I am new here. Recently.
Didn't know we were getting a new kid.
No, I mean, Alan. My user. I am his new net Navi.
Oh.
Along with 2 others.
2 others, you say?
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. Didn't think that kid could have got a Navi like you.
Really? Like me? How so?
Well.
You look a little 18 plus.
Kind of like scratches his chin. Not a lot of kids have the disposable income to get a customized Navi like you.
Ah, I see. So we are a rarity to an extent.
customized navis have been used before, but never really recreationally until quite recently.
I see.
You got a interesting look about you, though. You don't remind me of too many navis I've seen around here. You seem a lot more detailed. Must have been a pretty penny.
Potentially, yes, actually. Which brings up the question, what is the usual price range of a customized Navi?
Well, for somebody like me, kind of like rubs his chin, looks around. How much was I? It's hard to determine a price from before I was active. I would say that somebody as customized as I would have been around. See, now I have to think.
Oh, no.
What's a price that I can
Gauge
say?
how poor my user is.
I'd say somebody with a bit of my customizations, maybe not the full extent of what I am. Probably around 100,000 zenny.
100 or 1,000?
100,000 zenny.
Oh, 100,000.
Zenny, which is
Zenny.
a currency similar to, again, like yen or something.
Yeah, so we're looking at $1,000.
Around.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna put Zenny.
I see. We are quite expensive then, in a way.
In my head, she's like, "Damn, how much did he dumped? My previous user dumped like 5 times that much."
Then again, there's also the programs that you get outside of that as well, upgrades and whatnot. I'd say I'm a little bit closer to adding a little bit onto that, but looking at you look like you have some customizations yourself.
Really? If you were to deduce my price, how much do you think I'm worth?
5 cents.
Fuck you.
Your image data, your movement, I'm not really sure, to be honest. There's also that thing you got there. As he seems to motion to you, he motions to your emblem. That right there is probably worth a pretty penny.
Really?
You don't notice? You're a
I
battle
just
type
thought-
Navi, right?
Yes.
You might not have noticed yet. Then, try to reach in there.
Puts hand on emblem.
As you just take your hand up to your emblem, something seems to appear in your hand. As you look down, you notice what appears to be a little capsule.
Oh.
Looks like you got a regular program already. It seems to be some sort of weapon.
I see. Well, understandable. If I am a battle-type Navi, I would have some sort of weaponry.
Not entirely sure what it is, but any Navi that has its own type of weapon like that might be worth a bit. Again, though, I'm not really the best to look into things like that.
I see. Another question, then.
Hmm?
If one does not have the monetary gains, are there other ways to obtain customizable net navis?
I guess if you're really good at battling, you could maybe find some data on the net. Take out some viruses, see what they have inside of them. Sometimes you can even find some pretty good Zenny doing stuff like that. Mostly people leave that to the officials, though. There's also net battling.
So is making your own considered illegal?
Making your own? I don't think it'd be illegal. It's just, you gotta be pretty smart to do something like that.
I see.
I don't think a kid here would be able to do something like that.
And why is that? Maybe my user is a prodigy.
Alan, right?
Yes.
I mean, from what I remember before I was customized, he's probably a smart kid.
Which brings up the question. I've recently obtained the information that my user is not favored amongst the boys in his company, and it seems not favored amongst the girls.
So you do know then.
Yes, and if possible, I would like to know why. For I do not understand. He seems like a nice boy.
I'll have him roll to see if he can remember, because he has a lot more intelligence than Blitz. Do-do-do-do. Nope. It seems
cool.
like it has to do with something that happened back when they were kids. Most of the people here have been inside the same class for quite a while.
I see.
Something about a competition or something, and that's about all I can get. It's also he's a little creepy, I guess. At least that's what Jan says.
Creepy. Do all the girls think he's creepy?
Some say creepy, some say gross, some don't really talk to him, some don't talk about him. No one really has anything favorable to say, from what I can tell. I feel really bad talking about your operator like that, though.
It's alright. Because I have only known him for such a short while, I wish to know more about my user. And is that not what a Navi should do?
I'll say this, John seems to have a bit more aggravation about it than the others, I guess. She kind of instigates a little bit in other people. Again, I'm not entirely sure why. I mean, I have my ideas, but not entirely sure why, to be honest. It's around this time.
I see.
Boop. All right.
I see.
Cross, you have walked up.
So, unless I am mistaken, this Donovan person is an aggressor, and this Jan is an instigator.
When it comes to Donovan, he's more of a, well, he looks around making sure that Blitz isn't around. He's kind of a tool. I don't think that a lot of people really like him either. He's just kind of got a lot of stuff to throw around.
I see. And what do you think of your user?
Jan, she's a good girl. Usually. Again, when it doesn't come to your guy.
I see.
I still feel like what she does kind of goes overboard a little bit, but not knowing why she does it, can't really say much. Not to mention, again, she's my op. I gotta have her back, you know?
I understand. Although
He looks over to you, Cross. He's just like, hi.
Hello.
Although it seems that we as Navis still have a sense of morality. And at the end of the day, are we not given that so that our users can be the best they can be?
Kind of like he kind of like puts his head like kind of like motions his head back and forth. It's interesting. There are some of us that believe that kind of thing. I mean, it's our programming to kind of really like the kids, you know? We're not supposed to have too many feelings of hate or, well, anything like that toward anybody else. We're just supposed to do what our operators tell us. But then there are some of us that are a little bit more, he seems to look off toward the side of the area, looking off toward, the one over by itself over at the corner. There are some of us that can be instigators as well.
I see. So, aside from the platform, Navis are not that different from actual humans.
A lot of interesting changes have happened over the years. Some of us are basically indistinguishable. Artificial intelligence has come a long way, right?
Unfortunately, I don't know how long technology has gone.
Oh.
My memory is odd.
He looks over toward
Yes.
Cross. He's just like, she hasn't said much of anything, and I don't know who she is.
Just as you have your
It was rude.
secrets.
It's rude to interrupt.
Just as you have your secrets, Chill Fox, I think it is fair to say that we will have ours.
It's fair enough. Depending on what goes on around here, maybe we'll have some net battles or something. I do hope the best for your operator.
That is good.
I
hope
don't
that-
know how much I can do anything. Jan doesn't really listen to anyone when it comes to that kid, so he shrugs.
I hope
Would you
then
say
that-
she's agitated when it comes to him?
He like kind of scratches his cheek. He's just like, I find it hard to convey how she is around him. I'm sure you'll see, though.
I'm sure in time. Although, if it is something that is a source of agitation for her, that could be terrible for her mental health. If you're programmed and equipped to do such, you should probably try to do something about it.
Her mental health? Really?
Long-term anger and other unresolved issues can have remarkable effects on the human body. I was originally a nursing program. I'm Cross. Nice to meet you.
Chill Fox. I'm not really made for stuff like that, but maybe I can chat with her and see. Maybe I can figure out what's up.
If you can supply any information, I can try to advise you.
Are both of you with Alan?
Yes.
Well, it's nice to meet you guys. Hopefully you're a lot more talkative than that other Navia is. I don't think it helped out a lot that he didn't have a very vocal Navi either.
It's my intention to help improve his reputation, as it will help improve his mental state and therefore his health.
I'll see what I can do.
Thank you for your cooperation.
Looks over toward Yome. Well, class should be starting soon. You guys might want to make sure you get everything in your seats. Today's a test. If the teacher lady finds us moving around, she might think some foul play.
Understood. Thank you for the warning.
I'm glad that he has some new people around. Maybe he can actually talk to people now. He doesn't do that a lot.
That is most unfortunate. I will do my best to rectify that.
Kind of gives you guys a bit of a wave and goes and walks off toward where his little window is, unless you guys want to stop him.
Nope.
Yome. She said BRB a bit ago.
Yome, logging out.
Yome, logging out. We'll wait a second. Stretch. Guys! Things are
Hello.
going on.
Yeah. We are alive. In the sense that data exists.
Man, I want to give him porn.
Who were you wanting to give porn?
The bully. Get in trouble.
The great Donovan, look what I have brought. This other Navi gave me all this porn.
I heard you love this.
It's full of metals.
Who could have ever guessed?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I had to pay for food. Did I miss anything slightly in the 2 minutes that I was gone?
Mostly Cross was talking to Chill Fox about potentially talking to Jan about figuring out what was happening and why everybody hates him and stuff.
Okay. See, all I wanted to say before that was just being all just
I hope that despite the differences between our users, that we ourselves can still be some semblance of friends.
with a smile.
I hope so as well. It'll be nice to talk to somebody who isn't a brick wall like the last Navi. Well, till then, he goes to walk off.
Till then.
He did say at one point that you guys should potentially stay around your screen, so that you guys don't get accused of any foul play during the test. But other than that, he walks off to his screen.
All right, well, I'll go back to my screen then.
Blitzman walks by, ladies, gets to his screen.
Well, shall we go back to our screen then, Cross?
Yes. We should make sure we turn in the homework.
Yes.
This has been most stimulating.
Also, I must now ask, now that my curiosity has been piqued once again, have you checked the data that Blitzman had given you and found out what it is?
Yes, he actually gave me another copy. The original one he handed back to us was mostly wrong.
I see. Does that mean then that Alan will get a low grade because he no longer has the passing homework?
No, we were given a correct copy.
Oh, I see. I misunderstood that. Never mind.
Liz is a very nice Navi.
It seems so. It seems that most Navis here are pretty nice. It is just their net ops that seem to be the problem.
Joker, look!
As you guys do say that, you do remember what Chill Fox warned about the one Navi off in the corner.
Oh, and another Navi here that we are apparently supposed to be wary of.
I wonder why. I guess we'll find out given time.
Maybe with time.
Bug Vader.
Although I am curious.
You notice that both Cross and Yome are off to themselves again and from heading off toward the window that leads to Alan. Do you want to make your way over toward them, or do you want to do anything else right now?
Actually, I think he's going to go around the school and all that, look for viruses. In other words, it's getting late for me, so
We're about to end things off. Don't worry.
Yeah, so that's what he's gonna start doing
Whoop.
before.
As you make your way back off toward the school network, Yome and Cross, you guys make it back to the little window that Alan's at. You notice that he seems to put away his book that he had and his notes, and he seems to be just kind of like staring very attentively toward the doorway leading to the outside of the classroom.
Are you okay?
Yome, Cross, hi. Have you guys been finding everything right? Did you give Blitzman the homework?
Yes.
Good.
But I have a question, Alan.
Yeah.
Do you want us to continue doing as such?
What do you mean?
Blitzman is not the teacher's Navi. You did not inform us of this.
Yeah, he's not.
And thus we are technically not required to give him anything. And yet you ask us to. Do you still want us to do as such?
It's just simpler that way.
We were also informed of the physical altercation that happened before.
And the emotional.
He seems to look away from the door, and he's just kind of like looking at you guys. It's fine. I can. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's never anything too bad.
Are you sure? As your Navis, I at least want to be there for you.
I'm tough. I can handle it. And besides, I mean, it's not like I don't, if it gets to that point, it's not like I don't not fight back or anything. I mean, I'm fine.
But repeatedly dealing with such situations are not good for your health.
Mm-hmm. I guess tell that to them. Not really, by the way.
Noted.
Huh?
Like Cross looked away from the screen for a moment before he said that.
It's like, not really, by the way. Don't tell them. I'm fine. Like I've been told, I mean, high school is only so long, right?
Yes, but still. In certain cultures, isn't these considered the most fun years. Before going off into college and into grueling work.
I'm not so sure about that.
I don't know what country we're in, Dico. What country
We're
are
in
we in?
Electopia. That's what country we're in.
Fucking, I just need to know, because some cultures, it's like the last hoorah is high school, and for some it's college.
We're in Electopia. That's what country
Okay.
we're in.
Okay.
Either way,
Kinda Japanesey, but definitely a lot more
Yeah.
more like like royal, like rurally, but not like hicky, but like there's like
Yeah.
we're in a technologically advanced Japanesey place, but a lot more parks and trees and shit.
either way, Alan, the bruises and the physical scars might not make past high school, but the emotional ones might still remain.
I'm fine, Yome. Don't worry. It might not even happen anymore anyway.
If you need anything of us, please make sure to inform us.
Yes.
Of course, yeah. No problem.
We might be battle navies, but my initial programming was as a companion. While I may not be a wife, surely I can be something else.
I like the name Yome, but let's cut back on the wife stuff.
The other kids think I'm weird enough.
Can I be something else other than a wife?
I mean, I'm really glad you guys are awake. Could really, maybe use a friend.
Friend.
Yes, I am very happy to be your friend, seeing how, as for all intents and purposes, I am alive because of you.
True. Same here.
As you guys see as you guys hear from the outside, you guys hear somebody call out, quiet down, quiet down. You notice his head immediately jerks up toward the entrance of the room. As it does, the teacher walks in. The teacher is seems to be a somewhat older woman, has short blue hair, has a very much like a mature look to her. As she steps in, you guys notice that a Navi also seems to log into the classroom network. As this Navi logs in, I'm using this as a placeholder because this is the next thing I'm wanting Phantom to make. Scale up. As the Navi logs itself in, it seems to be a humanoid-looking Navi that seems to have the same features of a Prog. It seems to be like almost like a bunny girl looking Navi.
No.
As she steps in, the teacher's Navi seems to go up to each of you guys and take homework in. The math gets passed in from Blitzman. As she walks over toward Alan's section, the Navi seems to look to you guys a little bit confused, but asks for homework.
I will hand out the homework.
She takes the homework from you, and she's like, kind of like almost takes a note of you, like, oh, Alan has a new Navi, cool.
I am Cross. It's nice to meet you.
She gives you a nod. She is not here to talk, unfortunately. She has to go and collect all the homework from everybody.
Oh yeah, she wasn't saying anything beyond that. Just like it takes a moment to take note, just to introduce herself.
And begins going to each of the Navis to get homework. Upon doing so, get the math data out of here. You guys all settle down. Upon settling down, you stay around the little window area as the test begins to start. Upon a test starting, and the teacher seemingly talking to everybody, you notice that Alan is very attentive to what is being said. Again, you guys had already seen that he is somewhat knowledgeable, especially seeing how he got near perfect scores on his homework. As he goes through things, however, you do notice that he seems to be somewhat slowing down a bit while he's doing his work. He seems to be almost like looking away, like kind of seemingly uninterested as things are going on. You notice that every now and then, like he seems to be looking off into the window to the outside or up looking at the teacher at the desk. As the test goes through, Cross, you can tell, especially since both of you can, since one of you have problem solving, the other one has intelligence. You can tell that he did not put his fullest into the test at all. Upon that being said, at the end of the class, the teacher seems to step up and make her way over toward everybody, taking in everything. You guys get the test data. Would either of you like to go over it?
I would.
Go ahead and roll me for that intelligence, my girl.
Intelligence? I don't have one of those.
Yeah, but it's your scan.
Yeah. Wow, I'm rolling really badly today.
Whenever you were looking at over at the test data, it's not long before the teacher's Navi shows up. You weren't able to look through it all entirely. You did notice that there were some wrong answers throughout it, though. And again, it almost seemed like he was just being very hasty with it. As she goes by, she looks to the two of you. The teacher would like to see Alan outside for a moment. Please pass the information along.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
She takes the homework. She takes the test data. She goes around to each of the other Navis. Alan seems to be kind of laying his head on his desk right now.
Alan?
Yeah, Yome?
It seems the teacher wants to speak with you outside. But before you do that, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Just a little tired.
It seems like you were holding back during your test.
Holding back? No, not, he kind of like tries to like start like making excuse, like I'm just not really, it was a little distracting, a little, I don't know, I wasn't really that into it.
I see.
I'm sorry, did I get too much wrong? I'm sorry.
I did not have time to finish looking it over. You will have to work on your enthusiasm and find ways to encourage productivity.
Sorry. I'll go out and talk to the teacher. Right now, right? She wants to speak right now?
Yes. But before you do, please take a deep breath.
Okay. He seems to breathe in. He goes to stand up. Do you guys want to go into his PET, or do you guys want to stay here?
I'm going to his PT. Fucking.
I'll go in there too. We gotta look
Throw
after
me,
our boy.
throw me into that bitch.
He seems to unplug his PET from the area, and he seems to make his way into the hallway just outside the room. As he does, he is almost immediately met with another person sitting outside. Ding. As he is met with another boy standing outside. As he looks at Alan, the two of them kind of meet eyes for a second. The boy goes, "Well, well, well. Looks like someone else got called out here as well. You didn't make any mistakes, did you, Alan?" It's probably nothing. Maybe we forgot to put on our indoor shoes or something. I guess we'll see. As he stands there with the other boy, you guys notice that near you guys can feel Blitzman, potentially in the PET of the other person. You guys know that you guys can visit other PETs if you guys wish. But as that is going on, the teacher seems to step out to the two of them. You guys see the teacher seems to have a bit of a disappointed look on her face. And for the ending bit of this, the teacher seems to bring up to the two of them that, wow, it's really strange how both of their works were identical and they did the exact same amount of extra credit work, and how every single bit of the the optional questions were answered in the exact same way. Seems very odd. As this goes on...
Damn it, don't you guys know how to scam?
As this goes on,
No.
she seems to get visibly irritated with the two of them. The boy beside of him seems to look over at him with a bit of an angry look on his face. Alan seems a little shocked because he's like, oh, I did not know this was... What? I thought I did the thing I was supposed to do all the time. I didn't know that I was that... oh, God.
I'd like to iterate, this is all Blitzman's fault.
What? They're both named Alan, right? I'm kidding. I just left the names correct and all the... What? I'm kidding.
Yeah, it's just like, and it says Alan on both these papers.
That it does not. But again,
No.
all the optional questions and stuff were answered in the exact same way, and there is definitely copying going on. She can 100% tell. The two of them look very like apologetically toward the teacher. They both kind of like give her a bow. There's no use in basically saying anything about it. Donovan looks up as he looks over toward Alan. How about you try to look at your own papers from now on, and tell your Navis not to mess with tell your Navi not to mess with my Blitzman. Honestly, if you want to improve your grades, Alan, maybe you should try studying some more.
Oh man, I want to say something.
Alan looks over at him, looks back toward the teacher. Yeah. Sorry. She looks at Donovan. She lets him go back inside. He looks back to Alan, basically giving a very much a angry look on his face. Alan looks back to the teacher. You guys get a school rule thing just like Bug Vader did earlier that shows no cheating, and you notice that Alan has just received a demerit. That being said, she makes her way back into the room, saying, I'm really disappointed, Alan. She steps inside. As she says that, Alan seems visibly upset with how she said it. You see him kind of shaking a bit. He looks back down to you guys, again kind of sadly, and then he steps back inside. I think that'll be a good ending point for this time. Guys. Nat Navi!
So are we gonna give that teacher child porn?
What is it with you? Stop!
Hey, I'm a scam program, not a moral program. No, I am a moral program. Shut up.
She's very disappointed, Alan. How dare you steal off of Donovan's paper? Man, how dare you trick his Navi into letting you copy his homework? Perfect grades, Donovan. I mean, I know he has the best grades in the class, but you don't have to do that, Alan.
just like give this to Blitzman.
No. No. You will have to make us.
Please?
No.
I don't know what else to do.
I will.
Thanks, Cross. You're the best.
Walter's homework makes everything incorrect.
Oh, God.
Oh, I could probably do that. Tell me how to do it. Fucking... Oh, man, I can't wait to freaking record shit.
You guys are saying the
Hack
teacher's blind, but I mean, think about it like this: like things have been said. This class has been basically together for a couple of years, and whenever a couple of years go by and one student has all the best grades and the other one doesn't, it's a little bit hard to.
It's gonna be a lot harder than just switching the papers or shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about recording and hacking into the PA system.
No, I was telling the chat because they were just like, the teacher's blind. It's just like,
well, here's the thing. Now, I could understand that logic if she was being given physical handwritten homework. And that you could probably maybe deduce handwriting of some sort. But if she's being given, like, let's say, like, if she's looking at digitally made files through, like, a tablet where the answers are input in digitally, you can't really trace that unless with hacking we leave a signature. Which, fuck, I like hacking.
You guys
shit's possible.
You guys can think of some different things to do that could potentially show that the work is Alan's. Potentially, you can do stuff like that. Well, I mean, we'll have to see what Donovan does in response to those kind of things, though.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Or we could light his house on fire.
What I'm saying.
That's definitely not traceable.
Potato at 300.
What are you saying, Bug Vader?
All I'm saying is that once Bug lets known his secret identity and his totally not suspicious attitude, he knows how to scam people.
He does have a highly customized Navi, man. Go up to Blitz and be like, hey, how about giving us your credit card information?
Credit card. Yeah, sure.
Oh, there's a donation. My bad. That is true. There was a donation about half an hour ago, 21 minutes ago to be exact. Says from a Rod, I feel so bad for the previous Navi. Justice for the deceased. And it says Alan. The previous Navi apparently did not talk a lot and did not do a lot of things. Probably because he was harvesting its parts for you guys.
As it deserved, being only a normal Navi.
Being a normie Navi. Chill Fox didn't say how much I cost.
He doesn't know.
God damn it.
Your cost can't be defined by numbers. Cut all that pillow talk, bitch, and tell me how much I'm worth.
I'm fucking priceless. I get it, but give me my price.
But yeah, I really want the next Navi that is made to be the teacher's Navi, because I want her to be based off the programs, like the same color scheme and kind of rabbit ears and stuff that the programs have.
Yeah.
And she's gonna be cute as fuck. And if Phantom's here, we'll talk about it. That's what I want. It's gonna be very fun. I'm very much looking forward to what goes on here. You guys have went through half of your first day of school.
Hooray!
You guys have found out all these virusy stuff that is gonna be here. You found some programs. You made some friends. None of you guys talked to the edgy guy in the corner, which is honestly the best decision you made all day. Because, let's be honest, fucking Sparrow Man over here, he doesn't deserve to have friends.
I mean, we don't know that. Interest everywhere is peaked for Yome.
And then there's Quest Girl here, and she's all like, I'm Quest Girl. Nobody cares.
Listen.
Nope.
I'll talk to you later, friend.
It's fine. Chill Fox, man. When there's Chill Fox and Blitzman, like they're both so handsome. You can't go to anybody else. Look how handsome Blitzman is.
We had our priorities straight.
Look how handsome Blitzman is, man. Look at this handsome boy. I might also want to work on like an actual art for Blitzman too. This is a Navi that was in the anime that was very underused. We knew nothing about him. He was literally on screen for 5 minutes and then he was deleted. So I kind of want to get a more customized version of this as well. But depending on like what goes on, we'll see how that goes. Because Blitzman's a boy, man. He's a big, thick boy.
He's a man. He's a man's man. Listen, we just had our priorities straight. We want to learn why our kid's fucking unpopular.
Yeah, and I have so many questions, but I can't ask them all.
Apparently there's just something that happened whenever they were kids, man. Some sort of competition or something happened or something.
Listen, if all of the students die, then he'll be the most popular by default.
It's true. I love the logic of our AI overlords.
Damn straight. Now, I would like to introduce you to one of my subroutines I refer to as Skynet.
Look,
and Terminators.
$4 from Cyan Gemini. Can I switch my dice to Quest Girl? I thought, since I thought Bug would get a fake card, pretty much donate it simultaneously. Yeah, we can do that. If you want to prestige Quest Girl, you definitely can. And that would be exactly 60 to do it. So yeah, we can prestige Quest Girl instead. Since Bug can't have a fake card. Boop. I haven't uttered a single word, yet I'm already prestiged. Yay.
As these lunatics do.
I could have a terrible personality and no one would know.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is true. Siam was also the one who donated to Prestige to Barrel, so let's be honest here. There's a precedent. With all that being said, guys, this is a bi-weekly game. So we're not going to be able to get back to this until the next week. So that's going to be the 28th when the next game of this will be having. Next week, we'll be having, we'll hopefully be having some Warhammer, right?
Wrath and Glory.
Hell yeah.
Now here's the thing.
Here's the thing. Both ways.
Here's the thing we have to consider, though. Next week is Easter weekend.
When is Easter itself? I wasn't even thinking about Easter.
Does anybody do anything on Easter Sunday?
I particularly don't, but my job might be closing early, and that might affect my schedule. And I say this because it is affecting my schedule.
If your job closes early, then what's that? Is that good or bad?
In this case, it's bad. I'll explain later.
Okay, we'll talk about it and we'll see what the 28th. We'll see what happens on the 28th. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see what's up. I know I'm free. I don't really have any plans. If you guys are all free.
We'll check things out. If we have to start a little bit later, maybe we can, or if we have to do something else, maybe we'll see. But we'll check things out. With all that being said, next week we're gonna have some Wrath and Glory. We'll get to see what goes on with that. It'll still be on this channel. Things will be going on. We'll see how things go. I think that you want me to. Am I gonna be the one streaming it, or are you gonna be streaming it, Jake?
I was thinking you stream it, but we'll figure out the details.
With all that being said, I hope everybody enjoyed themselves. We enjoyed ourselves. Any questions, comments, points, wisecracks? Put them in the comments below. Bug Vader, Cross, Yome.
Next week, Toasters.
Join the Discord if you haven't. Be sure to like and subscribe if it gets posted on
Nobody
YouTube.
got the lunch data to let fucking Alan know that spaghetti's today.
No, school spaghetti is objectively awful.
What's the point of this freaking shit-stained Donovan steals his lunch money or some shit?
He should be having a nice, healthy salad.
He'll be having a salad with eggs because he needs protein. Look at him, he's so skinny.
And maybe a triangle pizza, because we always know that it's triangle or pizza's only good at school when it's triangle.
But at school, that automatically means it's disgusting.
No, the square pizzas are disgusting. Triangle means they splurged.
What if they cut the square into triangles?
Well, then the school is fucking awful. We'll just burn it to the ground like everybody else's houses.
Oh god.
I'm just saying, dude. What if they fucking lie to you and they turn that shit? They just cut. You can cut a square diagonally, and then you have two triangle pizzas.
That's fucked up.
With all that being said, my dudes, I hope you all enjoyed this as we enjoy ourselves. Until next time, guys, like always, later days.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
You have anything to say, Bug Vader? You have anything to say?
I guess it's too late now.
I am Bug Vader.